You can measure the size of an elephant. You can clock the speed of a cheetah, but you can't quantify the heart of a kings, queens, and in-betweens. Welcome to Dr. Boxing Talk. Stream starts now.
The champ is here! 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 The champ is here!
If I tell you I'm good, probably you will say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know I'm lying.
Yo, 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 yo. What it do, what it do, what it do. Good, great, grand evening to y'all, man. Y'all know what time it is. The doctor's in the house. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Hold on. Where's my thing at? Uh-oh. All right, we good, man. We in the building, man. We in the building, man. And woman, kings and queens, brethren and sisters and hermanos y hermanas. Ladies and lads, we are here, man. So got a couple things to talk about. Kind of going through it a little bit, but like I said, man, we this kind of helps bring me peace. So keep my mind off of things, man. So we here, man. Before we get started, it's been a long weekend for people. You know, people been going through a lot of hurt. I'm one of them. And you know, we saw some lost ones, so I want to do a 10 count. Want to start off with a 10 count. Of course, we lost George Foreman among some other people. You know, we lost a boxing writer as well. I don't remember his name. God forgive me. I saw Shakur the welterweight contender. He lost his daughter. It's crazy. My boy Oscar lost his grandmother. I just lost my grandmother this morning. So, in addition to Livingstone Pitbull Bramble passed away as well, former WBA lightweight champion. Man, he fought guys like Buddy McGirt, Costa Zoo, Roger Mayweather, etc. And he most notable was fighting Ray Boom Mancini. So we want to do a 10 count, start off with a 10 count, and then we go hit the prayer, man. So matter of fact, let's start the prayer first, and then let's do the 10 count first, and then start off with the prayer, man. So please bow your heads. We're gonna do a 10 count for all our fallen soldiers, especially my grandma, especially Oscar's grandma and everybody, man. So let's do this 10 count Let's get it, man. Salute to everybody. You got my boy Thomas Hill in the building. What's good, brethren? Man, we got some stuff to talk about today, though, man. My guy says, salute, good Dr. Boxing. Hey, salute to you, too, man. Salutations, my brother. He said, Colin Hart was a report. Colin Hart, thank you, bro. Salute to Colin Hart, man. I couldn't remember his name. So forgive me. Thank you for that. Yeah, Colin Hart, rest in peace, Colin Hart. Rest in peace to everybody, man. So let's start off with our prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we ask you for love and patience and understanding and peace in this time of grief for a lot of us, Lord. But also let us focus on the celebratory portion of death, because with death that means it's the ending of a life. So let's remember all the good moments in that life that was lost, or should I say that was brought back home, because we know they're in a much better place that we will all rendezvous at, in a much better place, with them when the time permits, Lord. That's the goal, so they are where they're supposed to be, and they're in no more pain, and they're in no more hurt, and they don't have to endure any more hardships, for eternity. So we thank you for that. We pray for a smooth transition to eternity, and we just thank you for letting us spend the time that we had with our loved ones. And for those of us that still have loved ones remaining, please give us wisdom to spend as much time as we can and cherish those moments that we have with each other. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen, amen. So let's get right to it, man. So let me bring up the topics, man. We got some topics here. We got some topics to talk about. But before I get to that, though, man, I want to talk about Ja Battaglia, man, and Jerron Boots Ennis. This weekend I saw Ja Battaglia, and not this week, was it yesterday? Yes. So this past weekend on Sunday, beginning of this week, I saw Ja Battaglia say that he would love to fight Bivol if Bivol would move up to cruiserweight, right? And it's so funny to me because I like Ja Battaglia. He's a beast, right? A lot of people consider him the best at cruiserweight, right? But he's one of 3 champions, and he's not the one that has 2 pieces of the belt, right? 2 of the 4 belts belongs to Zerto, the WBA and the WBO. WBC belongs to Badu Jack. The IBF belongs to Ja Battaglia. Now Ja Battaglia also has the Ring Magazine belt, if you want to count that as well. So I would, so he's definitely up there. And I think skill wise, I don't have a problem with anybody saying that he's the best, But at the same time, I do have a problem with people saying that definitively, like the other ones have no chance. You have to prove that you're the best. You don't just get crowned the best based off of what people think. You get crowned the best based off your merit, And so I just want to ask this question because it seems like a lot of people are comfortable saying that Ja Battaglia has the other champion scared, and Ja Battaglia is comfortable, to me, too comfortable, saying that the other champions are scared, like Badu Jack and Zerto Ramirez, and before he was saying Chris Billion Smith was scared. And that's okay, because that's your perspective, and he's saying that he wants to unify, and that's cool. I love that. He's a young bull, undefeated champion, and he's very good. But what is he missing? He's missing the same thing that Boots is missing, right? So I just want to have this question, because what's the difference between Ja Battaglia and Jerron Boots Ennis? They're both young. They're both considered the best in their division. They're both wanting unifications. They're both champions. In fact, they're both the same champion because they're both the IBF sanctioned and body champions. Like I said, they both screaming for unifications, and they're both lacking the appropriate competition for us to boost them up, right? So my question is, why is the narrative when we talk about Boots is that Boots is scared to move to 154? His next fight is literally a unification with Stanionis, who's a WBA champion in the welterweight division. And that's literally the 1 and 2 champion. And if he this number 1 and number 2 ranked champion, Boots being number one ranked in the Ring Magazine, and Stanionis being number 2 ranked. So the winner of this will have the Ring Magazine belt. So what I'm saying is that if Boots wins on April 12th against Stanionis, no matter which one of them wins, they'll be very similar to Ja Battaglia. They'll both have a belt. They don't have the Ring Magazine belt, but then Boots will be a little higher if he wins, or Stanionis and Boots, because they'll be unified. They'll have the IBF and the WBA and the Ring Magazine belt. But then why is the narrative that Boots is scared to go to 154 when he's trying to get unifications in his division where he's a champion? But then Ja Pataya, the narrative is that the other champions are scared of him. Why is it the narrative that he needs to move up to heavyweight? Why is it the narrative, oh, he's scared to go to heavyweight? But with Ja Pataya, it's like, oh, okay, everybody's scared of him. So shouldn't we give Boots the same exact courtesy that all the other champions are scared of him? Why are we saying that he needs to go to 154? Why are we trying to push the narrative that he's scared to move up in the division when he's trying to unify? In fact, he's got a unification. Ja Pataya is trying to unify, but not only is he not unifying, Zerto's already unified, another champion in his division. And last time I checked, they just announced that he's fighting Claudio SKYE, who is ranked number 14 in the IBF. So he's not even fighting a guy that's considered to be a big champion. I mean, a huge contender. But the narrative is that, oh, he has to fight this voluntary defense against a number 14 guy because the other champions are scared of him. But the narrative of Boots is that he has to move up to 154, and he's so scared of 154 that he wants to unify at 147. It's not that he just wants to be great and get undisputed or unify. It's that he's scared at the division above. Ja Pataya and Boots are in the same exact position. One, we're saying scared of the division above. The other one, we're saying everybody else is scared of him. Well, like, when are we gonna stop, bro? like why it's just so easy for people to get picked apart because their level of comprehension is so surface. And I don't want to say comprehension, that's disrespectful. Their level of analytics is so surface level. They don't dig below the surface, and they're so easily and blatantly expose themselves that they're contradictory. Like, you're literally contradicting yourself. Like, if you're screaming that Boots is scared to go to 154, then shouldn't you say that Ja Pataya is scared to go to heavyweight? But, or we should do what I think is the appropriate thing to do, is to acknowledge that they're both good young champions and they both want to unify. So give them time and let them unify. They both want to become undisputed in their divisions, but why is one considered scared to move up and the other one's considered he's the boogeyman, everybody's scared of him? That was just a question. I was just wondering that, I was just wondering that. Shout out to my guy Tech Dumb Dad, man, coming through, dropping the gifted membership early, man, coming through like Oprah with the gifted memberships.
1, 2, 3.
Shout out to my guy Tech Dumb Dad, man, always showing the love with the gifted memberships, man. I appreciate it, man. Our memberships are going crazy, man. Shout out to you, bro. I really appreciate it, man. Keep us going and growing. Tech Dumb Dad says, amen. My sincere, heartfelt condolences to you, man. Thank you, bro. And Oscar, thank you, bro, for your losses. Good grandmothers are hard to lose. Facts. I had both of my years. I lost both of mine years ago. God bless you, bro. My heart goes out to you, my brothers. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, man. We still here. We keeping it going, man. And it feels good to have comforting words for people who've been through similar situations, man. And good people, you know what I'm saying? So people that I respect. So thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. So yeah, shout out to all the good grandparents out there, all the grandmothers, and those that are fortunate to know their grandparents. It's a blessing. So no matter what, it's always a blessing. So I appreciate that, man. But yeah, that was just my question, man. So we're gonna bring up the NTB topics that we have for this morning, what I didn't have in the morning show. We're gonna bring up the topics that we have for this morning. And yeah, let's talk about it. Primarily from the weekend, man. We're gonna do the weekend review, and I wanted to start off with Brian McIntyre, aka Bomac, and you see him on the top right of your screen, not top right of your screen, but top right of the topic screen. And man, I just want to talk about his stable, man. Shout out to Brian McIntyre, Bomac, man. He has guys like Steven So Cold Nelson. He got guys like the pound for pound 1, 2, or 3. Terence Bud Crawford, phenomenal fighter. He has guys like Keyshawn Davis, who just recently obtained a championship at 135 by conquering Denise Berinchyk. And he has so many other fighters too. And one of the fighters that he has is Lester Martinez. Lester Martinez had a little controversy surrounded his fight, not the actual fight that came into fruition on Saturday, but the build up to the fight, right? Because if you've been paying attention, that fight has been postponed not once but twice, and so a lot of people are like, "Hold on, Lester. Lester sound like that name Lester. You don't sound trustworthy. Every Lester and Chester, all that don't sound too trustworthy." So a lot of people were questioning whether or not he actually wanted to fight Joson James, but he showed that he didn't want to fight him. He wanted to whoop his behind, and that's exactly what he did, man. He stopped him, and it was a good fight while it lasted. But Lester Martinez is definitely, he looks the part, a tough guy. I believe I don't want to lie. I don't remember where he's from. I was gonna say Argentina, or I don't remember. Don't quote me. I don't remember. I don't remember where he's from. But he's a good fighter, man. Power puncher, and he got another stoppage. And Joshua James fought his heart out, So big salute to him. But Lester Martinez definitely did his thing. And I just want to salute Bo Max Stable, because I've always said that him and Robert Garcia, in my personal opinion, are the best trainers right now, 1 and 2. And I would lean towards Robert Garcia being number 1 slightly, especially since he just won Trainer of the Year. But I've always said that they're 1A and 1B, whichever one you want to put is cool. But both of their stables go crazy, and like they're just both killing it, man. So I just want to salute Bo Mac for his great stable and his great coaching, boxing coaching, and training ability. And shout out to Robert Garcia as well. But Lester Martinez looked good, man. And a lot of people are wondering if Lester Martinez could look good against Canelo. Old Cinnamon, but he got to wait his turn because his stablemate, Terence Bud Crawford, is the one that's looking for that fight. So, he won't get that first. But I think that would be a good fight. But I got Canelo. I think it's a little premature. Like, yeah, he looked good. Yes, he's knocking out people, has a high kill percentage. But let's relax a little bit. That was Joshua James. That's a far away from Old Cinnamon, Joshua James is a good fighter. But if you know about him, he didn't really have it. I don't think he had I think his amateur background was non-existent. I don't think he had any amateur fights. But he's an athletic dude, tall dude, strong dude, long dude. And he came to fight, game fighter, but I don't think that is indicative of him beating the other guys at the other high level guys at 168, like Caleb Plant and obviously Canelo and if Jamal Charlo comes back, that's gonna be tough. Who else? Like, I would like to see him against like Pacheco and Billy's, Munguias, Berlangas, and stuff like that. But I don't think that's an indication of him being a top guy, like fighting Old Cinnamon. But it's not a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? He's going to keep going and keep growing, hopefully, and keep doing his thing, man. But yeah, shout out to Bo Mac. I thought that was a great showing. His stable is good and his stable is also growing, man. Sometimes you hit some bumps in the road and you take some losses, but you always get the wins too. And I just think he should keep grinding, man. And Bo Mac's looking good. He's looking very good. Speaking of this weekend as well, another fight we saw this weekend was George Kambosos. Ferocious Kambosos. You know what I'm saying? The guy from Australia, for the man from Down Under, former champion. He struggled a bit against Jake Wiley, who was a very game opponent. Jake Wiley did his thing, I think, for short notice, and the guy that said that he was coming to watch. He had a ticket to watch George Kambosos, and he ended up fighting, you know what I'm saying? So the dope thing about that is that when you're born ready, you ain't got to get ready. You know what I'm talking about? And Jake Wiley is definitely ready, and he showed that, man. He put up a good fight against George Kambosos, came up a little short, but George Kambosos struggled. That's mostly the highlight. The highlight to me is actually kind of a low light of George Kambosos. It is a bounce back fight, right? He last time out he lost to Lomachenko by stoppage. His first time in his career getting stopped. I think he got stopped in the 11th round. Yeah, the 11th round by Lomachenko, and now he's back, and it was his debut at 140. But of course, George Kambosos has been going back and forth with some contenders at 140. Primarily Teofimo, who he beat before, but even most notably and most frequently is Richard Hitchens, who's a champion at 140. I don't think that this performance from George Kambosos gave anybody any more confidence that he could really do anything with any of the contenders or let alone champions at 140. Like, he was talking about he could potentially fight Jack Catterall, El Gato. I think Jack Catterall would beat him, but that's an easy fight to facilitate because they're both at 140, right? And they're both of course they're at 140, but they're both on Matchroom under Eddie Hearn. That was also George Kambosos' debut on Matchroom as well. So I think that with that being said, I think he loses to Jack Catterall. They were talking about possibly fighting Teofimo again. I think he loses in a rematch of Teofimo, even though you can't trust Teofimo, but I think Teofimo will beat him at 140. They were flirting around with Dalton Smith. I think that's a good fight, but I would have Dalton Smith. Who else? They were flirting with somebody else too. Liam Parle, because that's his countryman, Australia, right? I got Liam Parle. And then, of course, Richard Hitchens. I have Richard Hitchens. But my point is that if you are going to be talking trash, engaged in a back and forth online banter with Richard Hitchens, I mean, you might as well fight him. Y'all already trash talking, you know what I'm saying? That's already halfway there for the build-up. And then not only that, if you're going to fight some guys that I think you're going to lose to, you might as well lose going for a belt, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you can fight Teofimo as well, but Teofimo's occupied, so you might as well go fight Richard Hitchens. I think Hitchens beats him, but Hitchens does have a fight on June 21st. That's the date that Eddie Hearn's looking for, according to Eddie Hearn. He announced that. And, Kambosos could be the opponent, but he also flirted, like I said, with fighting Jack Catterall. So Jack Catterall coming off of a loss, that's a good fight too, And I think that might be more appropriate, to be fair, because with Kambosos having a win over Jake Wiley, coming off of a stoppage loss as his debut at 140, he coming off a stoppage loss to Lomachenko. had his debut at 140 against a guy that's relatively unknown in Jake Wiley. I don't think that really justifies you getting a title shot. However, we know this is boxing. It doesn't really matter all the time what's deserved. It matters what could be made. And I would like this fight with Kambosos and Hitchens, you know, but we'll see if it happens, man. Yo, shout out to my boy Dub. What's good, bro? I think that was cool, but I think Kambosos, like I said, I think Kambosos ends up losing to everybody that's a contender at 140, and definitely everybody that's a champion at 140, man. So let's move on to his countrywoman, you know, and somebody that was on his co-main was SKYE Nicholson, man. SKYE Nicholson and TIARA Brown. TIARA Brown, that upset was going down under to be exact. You know, she went down, traveled to Australia. The 36-year-old Floridian, undefeated policewoman, went out there. She from Fort Myers too. That's where Plaza's from. I got drip for sale. Hey, I got drip for sale. That's where she from. You know what I'm talking about? And she went in there and handled business, man. I actually thought SKYE Nicholson was gonna hold it down. I thought SKYE Nicholson was gonna win. So she surprised me. I knew it was gonna be a good fight, though. I told people, I was like, man, hey, it's gonna be a good fight. I thought the determining factor would be that, you know, TIARA Brown was 18-0, undefeated, but 9 of her opponents had losing records. So the majority of her opponents, half of her opponents, not the majority, 50% of her opponents had losing records. SKYE Nicholson was 12-0, but only one of her opponents had a losing record. So I thought that was going to do something, play a major role in this fight as far as being under the bright lights, being under a position where you're fighting a game, in a position where you're fighting a game opponent. But TIARA Brown, she did exactly what she said she was going to do in the face-off. She kept the same energy, and she kept that foot on the gas, and she smothered SKYE Nicholson. Didn't let her get away with her dancing, her elusiveness, and she just did her thing, man. And TIARA Brown, hey, she from the crib. But I want to show y'all this, man. This is what I thought was funny. I can't believe I forgot to bring it up. Let me see if I can find it right now. I thought this was funny, man. And they actually confused TIARA Brown with another female boxer named O'Shea Jones, who we be seeing fighting. You know, I don't know if they're still dating, but she was dating Khalil Coe. I don't know if she's from Jersey, but she's from the Jersey, Philly area, Northeast area. And so I want to show y'all this, man. This is crazy, bro. So look, boxing scene they congratulated TIARA Brown, but they put O'Shea Jones' picture on there. Now, I know people are gonna be like, oh man, you know, this is crazy. It's funny more than anything. But the thing that I think is real funny is because you know, people do this a lot of times. I'm not giving anybody excuses, but I just think it's just funny because remember they did it with Terence Crawford and Kendrick Lamar, and then if you remember too, I don't know if y'all remember, but when David Benavidez beat David Morrell, I don't remember if it was PBC. I don't think it could have been PBC. I don't want to put anybody under the bus, especially incorrectly, right? Erroneously, but somebody, I want to say it was definitely a reputable. It could have been Boxing Scene. It might have been. I think it was Boxing Scene. Actually, now I think. I'm pretty sure it was Boxing Scene. When David Benavidez beat David Morrell, they had a picture of David Morrell instead of David Benavidez. Now, I will say this. The reason why that one's a little bit more acceptable is because at least they put one of the guys involved in the fight. This is she had nothing to do with the fight. But I will say, though, in their defense, which is not good enough, but there was another website. I can't remember what it was. I don't remember if it was Boxing Rec or something. They actually made the mistake, and that's where I think is the source of the problem here. I think that they referenced a picture of TIARA Brown, but they actually had a picture of O'Shea Jones. I want to say it was Boxing Rec, and so they took the picture erroneously from there. So one mistake led to another mistake. It was like a domino effect. But I just thought that was funny, man. I was like, man, how you gonna kind of mess up her moment? But it's just more funny than anything. But they do got to be more careful because you got to give TIARA Brown all her credit, man. Brown makes it inside the ugly. If you let her do that, you will lose. Facts. Brown won the fight because she made SKYE fight her fight after 4 rounds. Yep, bro, and that's the thing that's what I also want to talk about too. I'm offended for Brown. That's why. Yeah, I agree because it kind of spoils her moment. You know, it kind of spoils her moment. But like I said, I don't think it was malicious intent. They need to do better though, but I don't think it was malicious, man. But at the same time, like I said, you got to do better, like, because these are prominent people, especially when she just wins the fight of her life and puts her on the map, and you mess it up like that, it kind of shrinks the moment a little bit. But it's just more funny than anything. My boy Duh says, "Wow, okay, I just went back to the prayer. Sorry, it's all good. Duh, appreciate it, man." He said, but what I do like about both ladies though, both of them kept it classy. I know the highlight is on SKYE Nicholson because, let's face it, she has a bigger profile. People like her more. You know, she's one of the most. A lot of people think she's one of the most attractive female boxers, which is to me is all the side piece. You know, the main thing is how you box. And she came up short, but like I said, the main focus is going to be on, oh, she was so classy, and she definitely was, because I saluted Sky for that. I thought Sky handled it well, but I want to focus that most of the ladies, including TIARA Brown, are very classy, man. That she took the win in a good way. You know, she was very humble in winning, and she wasn't arrogant. She wasn't talking trash. She was just very thankful to her hard work, her team, and of course her faith in God. And I thought it was dope, man. And shout out to Sky Nicholson. She didn't make any excuses. She just said, hey, TIARA Brown, she won this fight, and this was her night. She did say that she didn't feel like it was her best night, or she didn't feel like she was the same person she was in sparring, but she didn't like complain about the scorecards, or didn't say, oh, it was this fault or that fault or the environment. It's like, girl, Sky Nicholson was at home. You know what I'm saying? She had all the reason to win. And TIARA Brown did her thing, man. She didn't, and I felt like Sky Nicholson didn't try to shit on her moment. So shout out to Sky Nicholson, and definitely shout out to TIARA Brown for getting that dub, man. One time for the ladies, one time for the queen. But speaking of the, he said, that's one of the reasons why I respect you. You always try to get the benefit of the doubt first, but that I appreciate it, Terry. I try to, bro. I try to, unless like it's very blatant. If it's blatant and then I can't save you, I can't save you. But I try to give the benefit of the doubt because, you know what I'm saying, sometimes players mess up too. But I don't like to jump the gun and go with malicious intent all the time, because I feel like sometimes if it's nefarious enough and malicious enough, you could tell, you know. So, and why not give somebody the benefit of the doubt, you know? So I want to go back over that scorecard, Tech. So the scorecard that you brought up, right? And this is what Eddie Hearn was talking about. Really, you know, I like Eddie Hearn, but Eddie Hearn gets on my nerves. So he was like, oh, I can't believe they gave TIARA Brown the last 5 rounds on, I don't know what judge's scorecard it was. I don't know what the scorecards were. I don't remember. I think it was a UD for TIARA Brown, but my scorecard, I scored it a draw, 5-5. And I'm gonna tell you my scorecard. My scorecard was TIARA Brown the first round. I gave Sky Nicholson rounds 2, 3, 4, and 5. She ripped off 4 rounds in a row, Sky Nicholson, on my scorecard. And in the 7th round, I gave to TIARA Brown. The 8th round, I gave to Sky. The 9th and the 10th round, I gave to TIARA Brown. So that's a draw. Eddie Hearn was complaining about the last 4 rounds going to TIARA Brown. Eddie, I scored fair as hell. I gave 4 out of the last 5 rounds, I gave to TIARA Brown. Sky Nicholson was on early. TIARA Brown came on late. What were you watching, bro? What is there to complain? I don't care if they could have gave her, maybe not the last 6 rounds, but they could have gave her the last 5 rounds. I didn't. Maybe some people did, but I gave her round 6 and 7, and I gave Sky round 8, and I gave TIARA Brown rounds 9 and 10, and I ended up having a 5-5 draw. But to complain because someone gets the last 5 rounds, who cares? Did you not watch the fight? That's not ridiculous to think that TIARA Brown could have got the last 5 rounds. It just sounds ridiculous when you try to say it like, oh, there's no way she lost 5 rounds. Well, if you're getting beat up for 5 rounds, then you're going to lose 5 rounds straight. Sky Nicholson won 4 rounds straight. So why is it inconceivable that TIARA Brown could win 5 rounds straight? On my card, Sky Nicholson won 4 rounds straight. And I guarantee if I told Eddie Hearn, hey, man, Sky Nicholson won 4 rounds straight on my scorecard, I bet you would have no problem. Oh, but because TIARA Brown won 4 rounds, oh, it's a problem. It's ridiculous. No, bro, that's how the fight went. The first half was Sky going strong. The second half was TIARA Brown going strong. What's the problem? The first half, actually, my scorecard went exactly the opposite. The first half, I gave 4 out of the first 5 rounds to Sky. The second half, I gave 4 out of the last 5 rounds to TIARA. It just flip-flopped on my scorecard. So, you know, like I said, I had it a draw, but it's not a bad thing if you saw it a different way, because TIARA Brown, she was applying the pressure, hella pressure. And Sky Nicholson she just wasn't going for the Sky Nicholson dancing and stuff. She wouldn't even give her a chance to dance. So I thought it was good, man. Slim Reaper was good. I thought it was a good scorecard. You know, I just think TIARA Brown did her thing. And like I said, that's even more, I even want to put more of an emphasis on the character of Sky Nicholson and TIARA Brown. Both of them were very those humble in defeat and gracious in a victory. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them. But like I say, most of the women they usually are, from Clarissa Shields to Sky Nicholson to Amanda Serrano to Gabriela Fundora. They're usually, you know, of course, you know, just like the males, they got the buttholes too. You know, some of them are buttholes, but most of them carry themselves with grace, man, and they be wanting to fight each other. You know what I'm saying? So both of them kept it classy. But I will say this too about Australia. Australia lost another champ, right? Now, Australia still have a few champs, right? Of course, they got Gervonta, and they got Sherneka Johnson, who just beat Nina Hughes on the rematch. She's at bantamweight, but most people know her from having OnlyFans or something like that. I think she has OnlyFans, or she be like coming to the weigh-ins with just paint on or something like that. And a lot of people think she's attractive as well. And they have Shay Keneally, who's a light heavyweight champion, but they're not really known, right? Sky Nicholson and Jai and Sky were like the two biggest profile champions that they had right now, recent. So they lost one, and now it seems like Gervonta is carrying the torch by himself. So Jai is the last recognizable champ, let's say that. So that kind of sucks for our Aussie brethren, but hey man, it is what it is. You win some, you lose some, and I gotta salute TIARA Brown for holding it down. You know what I'm saying? For the hometown in Florida, you know, I ain't mad at that. So shout out to TIARA Brown, man. Hopefully I see more of her, and they might get a rematch. You never know. There's no rematch clause, but you never know. WBC might want them to get it back, because I think it'll be a high profile fight, and I think it'll be a little lucrative deal. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. We got my boy Oscar in the building. Big member in the building. He said, yes, sir, my brother. Yes, sir, my carnal. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, mi hermano. Yes, sir, mi amigo, mi mother freaking friend, man. Thank you, bro. Brown made the fight ugly to win. Sky has to look pretty and to win convincingly. More rounds than she don't, right? She did not do that. Exactly. And that's the thing, you know, it's so funny because I made this comparison, Tech. I don't think you were here that day. But I was like, man, I'm sure other people made this comparison too. I was like, man, her and Shakur are very similar. I'm not saying that Sky's as skilled as Shakur, Shakur's as skilled as Sky. I'm not saying a comparison that way. I'm saying that exactly what my boy Tech just said. The way they want to win a fight is very similar. They are the epitome of hit and don't get hit, you know, and they may not even throw that many punches to do it. However, it's very interesting to see them go against a guy or a girl that's going to be a male or female, or that's going to be attack them with fervor, right? And put that pressure on them 24/7, 24/10 overtime. You know, it's very interesting to see that. That's why I was so intrigued by Zepeda and Shakur. I think Shakur would win, but I know Zepeda is gonna do what? He's a volume, high frequency puncher, bro. Those punches in bunches. You know he's gonna throw punches. You know he's gonna bring that pressure. I want to see how Shakur reacts, and we just saw how Sky Nicholson reacts, and she didn't react well enough to get the win. And I thought that TIARA Brown, at the end of the day, even if two people aren't getting hurt, you want to look at, well, at least I do. You want to look at who was controlling the pace and whose game plan was it. That definitely wasn't Sky Nicholson's game plan to fight like that. That was TIARA Brown's, undoubtedly, without a doubt, unequivocally, that was her game plan to fight like that. And so you got to lean towards that, man. So shout out to TIARA Brown, shout out to Sky Nicholson. Yo, good evening, good evening, George the Last Patriot, my guy, man. Sky will lose again. Brown has a recipe now, and I have not seen Sky show the power to keep Brown off. Brown is too strong. I agree, but I disagree on. No, I agree that I think TIARA Brown should be the favorite in the rematch. However, I do think that Sky Nicholson will bounce back. I don't know if she'll bounce back against her, but I do think that she'll bounce back, man. I think Sky, outside of the aesthetics and what people like about her, I think she does. She actually is a good fighter. I just think that she does need to get more grizzly, more beast, more dog in her, you know. And she showed what a lot of us think that will happen to Shakur, that they don't have the dog. Like if you infiltrate their space and penetrate their impregnable defense, then we want to see how they react. You know, and Sky looked very uncomfortable, and a lot of people think Shakur, it's yet to be seen, but a lot of people think that Shakur would look uncomfortable. So that's a comparison that I make, that they both want to stay away and minimize the amount of engagement. But as far as how they do it is slightly different. But they essentially want to do the same thing. But yeah, so Gervonta is the last recognizable Australian champ. Like I said, they still got Sherneka Johnson, the Sugar Neeks, and Shay Keneally and some others. But Gervonta is their last recognizable champion. He said, he said, if I am Brown, I make Sky earn a rematch and the title eliminated down the road if she earns it. Yeah, facts. But well, you know how it goes though, man. When you're a more popular fighter, you know, TIARA Brown's not really popular like that, and you know, unfortunately with boxing, popularity means a whole lot. Look at the card on May 2nd, who's headlining. But yeah, man, I want to move on to another fight that we had. It was a PBC card later on that day. We had the main event was Sebastian Fundora versus Cordell Booker. That fight was good, right? Sebastian Fundora did his thing, man. Like we anticipated going in that Sebastian Fundora would get the stoppage. I thought that he would get the stoppage. I think the stoppage came too What round was it? I don't remember, but I think I called it. I said that I thought he was going to get a stoppage in the 6th round, and it was going to be a corner stoppage. It wasn't. I think it happened like the 7th or 8th. So shout out to Cordell Booker, man. I think Cordell Booker, he did a lot for his stock, his profile to raise. He's a good fighter, man, and I don't think he should hold his head down. I think that he did a major step up. He only had 1 loss going in, and that was to Ammo Williams. There's no shame in that. But I do think this was I think Fundora is a better fighter than Ammo Williams. I think a lot of us will say that. And so, you know, Booker showed people some things, right? If you're Xander Zayas or Bakram Murtazaliev, you saw some things which you already knew, because Brian Mendoza showed us this when he knocked out Sebastian Fundora. And Tim Tszyu showed us this in the first 2 rounds before he suffered that hellacious cut, right? That impeded his vision, and impaired his vision, and due to the profuse amount of blood, drained his energy, right? So they showed us that Sebastian Fundora could get clocked, especially with overhand rights or overhand lefts. And Cordell Booker was landing. It's just that Cordell Booker also showed us something too. He showed us that what we thought too, Sebastian Fundora is the Tower in Inferno, how he got his name. That man applied that pressure, was relentless, and it was at the beginning it was methodical, and then he knew when to step on the gas, man. He did stand a little bit upright, so it makes me wonder, like, if that was Bakram with those overhand rights. hey, that Tower in Inferno may have been, you know what I'm talking about, crashing down, you know what I'm talking about. But it's still a good fight to see. But he did his thing against Cordell Booker, and a lot of people are saying, what's next for Fundora? Is it going to be against Xander Zayas, who is the interim champion of the WBO? As soon as Terence Crawford and Canelo become officially official, you see what I did there? Officially official. As soon as that fight is officially set, then Terence Crawford will be stripped of his WBO interim status, and it'll be given to the #1 ranked WBO contender, and that's Xander Zayas, right? But the WBO, that's what President Gustavo Olivieri has announced. So a lot of people are thinking, okay, bet he's going to fight Xander Zayas. In fact, they came out and said they have 20 days. I said, gosh, dang, 20 days? The man just won, bro. You gonna put a 20 days expiration date on him?
Damn. I'm sorry.
And I'm trying to tell people, man, this is why Cinnamon is the face of boxing.
Eso, sí. Tú vas a mamar el bicho. Tú vas a mamar
And the reason why I say Cinnamon is the face of boxing, bro, because if you think that was, if Fundora was Cinnamon, you think they would have given him 20 days? They would have given him 20 times 20. And not even Cinnamon. If it was Tank or Anthony Joshua, do you think they would treat them the same way? Or even any other high caliber, or now you're in a way. It's like, bro, like, gosh, dang, bro. It's like they make certain rules apply to certain people. They make certain people adhere to some rules. Like, mandatories are really mandatories for certain people, you know? That's why I tell people all the time. It's like, yeah, you could say that David Benavidez was ducked by Canelo, but if you really look at it, no, you got to blame the sanctioning bodies, bro. The sanctioning bodies are the ones that set the mandatories. They are the ones that are the authoritative figures that mandate the mandatories. And if they don't order it, or they don't call a purse bid, how are you getting mad at the guy who's the guy or girl that doesn't want to fight, or that doesn't choose to fight a person in a mandatory position, if the game doesn't enforce it? By the game, I mean the sanctioning bodies. There's a saying, don't hate the player, hate the game. Canelo was never stripped or ever threatened to be stripped for not fighting Benavidez. But you want to be mad at Canelo, though. He's just playing the game, man. Now, if Canelo would have vacated, then I'd be like, okay, bet he ducked. He never did that. I fully and wholeheartedly believe that if they would have ever ordered him to fight Benavidez, he would have fought him. He wouldn't have gave up his belt. That's just what I believe personally. But anyway, let's keep it going. So with Fundora has 20 days to reach an agreement with Xander Zayas for the WBO, or is going to go to purse bid. And I think it's kind of, I mean, I don't mind it because I like Xander Zayas, but I just hope that, you know what, one thing I like about Xander Zayas, he's a very ambitious young talent, man. I have a lot of hope for him to meet his aspirations, you know what I'm saying? But I will say this though, Xander Zayas, I fear that he could be biting off a little bit more than he could chew too early, because early challenges or early step-ups make a champ, right? That's how you set your name, right? Ask Mike Tyson, ask Benitez, Wilfred Benitez, and stuff like that. It can make you, but on the flip side, premature step-ups can break you. And I don't know if Xander Zayas is ready for Sebastian Fundora at this moment. Maybe next year, or maybe in 2 more fights. Then yeah, but he's the #1 ranked contender, so I mean, go for it. But to me, Xander Zayas and Kid Austin are the same. Forget Kid Austin's daddy, you know what I'm saying? Kid Austin's daddy's he's a What could I say? I'm trying to be nice. Kid Austin's dad, I can't really be nice. He's just an idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just a dummy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a straight. Matter of fact, let Oscar say what he is.
You dumbass.
Yeah, he's just a dumbass. Like, so I can't go with Kid Austin's senior, but Kid Austin himself, he's a very ambitious young fighter, and they're both ranked highly, right? But I think that they have a lot of promise. But they might be like with Kid Austin. I thought he was stepping up too early for Shakur. And right now, Xander, I think he's in a position to step up too early for Sebastian Fundora. What I do like more is a potential unification with Fundora and Bakram Murtazali of the IBF champion, or maybe even Virgil Ortiz, who they've been flirting with too, as well as far as champions go. But I mean, I'm thinking it might be Xander Zayas. But I also want to show this though too, man. He says Mendoza slept him in a brutal way. Yeah, Brian Mendoza. Yep, it was KO of the year candidate. Yep, it was brutal. Yep. So we know that skinny neck can't absorb that shit if you can. Yep, exactly. So but still, with that said, I still would like to see Xander Zayas get a little more experience, man. That's just me though. Let me see. Dooley, what's good, bro? We'll let it slide. We Canelo to win this spree. I'm just saying, I like Benavidez too. I'm not knocking Benavidez, but at the same time, bro, we got to admit, like, we see how the boxing world moves, man. We see that it might not just be the fighters, bro. Sometimes when a fighter doesn't fight, they're mandatory, like Naya Inoue and MJ Akhmadaliev. Hey, man, you could blame Naya Inoue because they ordered it, but even still, the WBA hasn't stripped them, you know? But it's just that when people say, oh, this guy wants to fight, it may not be true, you know? I'm not saying that Canelo was going to go out his way to fight Benavidez, but let's tell the whole story. He never had to go out his way to not fight him either. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep it funky. But look, check this out, though, man. Speaking of Xander Zayas, this is Sebastian Fundora. I want y'all to hear this, and I want y'all to see this, right? Check this out, chat. This is Sebastian Fundora meeting Xander Zayas after the fight. Listen to me what I just said again. After the fight. Emphasis, once again, after the fight. His fight with Cordell Booker. Check this out. Did you hear me when I said after? Okay. Keep after in mind. After the fight, that is. Okay.
Here, turn around. No.
Did y'all see what happened?
Here, turn around. No.
I don't know why the thing is skipping.
No face off.
Yes, of course.
He said turn around, said no face off.
Here, turn around.
This is not a good view. They messed it up. So this is not a good one. There's another view where okay, so basically what happened here is that someone said they want to face off, and Xander's eyes want to face off. That's why he points right here. I don't know why it skips. There's another one that's better. I guess the Ring Magazine messed up. But you see, you can hear Gabriela Fundora say no. They messed up on this. Let me see if I can find a better one because that was trash. I don't know what they just did. But you can hear her say no. But the point is right here, somebody says Fundora going to duck. Said Fundora is such a duck. Everybody's mad at Fundora now. And someone said that Gabriela Fundora is corny. I'm trying to see where it's at, man. People are like, oh, Gabriela Fundora is corny for that. Where is it at, bruh? Anyway, people are mad at Gabriela Fundora. They're saying, oh, she's mad corny for that because why didn't they let them get the face off? Where the heck is it at? Right here. This corny as F. This is corny as F. Let the man. No, sorry, not this one. This is what I say. I actually agree with this one. But anyway, I can't find it, but that's not the right one I was looking for anyway. But the fact is that after the fight, Xander Zayas wanted to get a face-off. I'm not mad at Xander Zayas, but I remember when Daniel Dubois challenged Usyk and people were saying, oh, Usyk is disrespectful. You shouldn't challenge somebody in the ring. Like, people don't do it all the time anyway. And that's cool if you think that. But then now people are also saying, oh, Xander Zayas, after the fight, he wanted to face off. And they're mad at Gabriela Fundora saying that she's corny and she's blocking and that she disrespected the sport and that she's stupid. And they going in on Gabriela Fundora. It's like, bro, do you always need to have a villain? Like, I really think that people are just like sad or something. Like, do we always need a villain? Do we always need to point at somebody and say they're doing something wrong? Gabriela Fundora is his sister. He just came off of a win. I think she did the right thing, saying no face off right now. Go enjoy your victory, bro. She talking to her brother now, go enjoy your victory. You know what I'm saying? Let us have this moment. And it's not like she was a creep about it. She just said no. And she even smiled and talked to Xander Zayas. It's like, no, we about to keep it pushing. What's wrong with that? I think she was looking out for the best interest of her brother. Like, hey man, let's go to the back. Maybe we need to go get checked. Maybe we need to go get your vitals examined. You know what I'm saying? You were taking some shots. You did just get out of a fight. It was right after. Maybe we got to go handle some things. Maybe we want to go meet up with our pops and our mom to go get some food or something. You know, I don't know what it is. I'm just spitballing. But the fact is that I don't think that she did anything wrong. You know, I feel like she did what she should do as a sister, as a sibling, or a caring person that actually cares about Fundora, not just people that want to see blood, if you will. I don't think Xander Zayas did anything wrong either. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Xander Zayas did anything wrong. I also don't think Daniel Dubois did anything wrong. But I damn sure don't think Gabriela Fundora did anything wrong by saying no face off. He just got out of a fight, bro, like not even 5 minutes ago. Forget a face off. We got all types of time to do a face off, bro. Well, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro. I just feel like people are just on Gabriela Fundora excessively, but that's what people do on the internet, man. They just have no tact and they have no empathy. Forget sympathy. They have no empathy. Like, I don't see how you can't understand that. You know, they just got out of a fight. Her brother just won a fight, a hard fought fight against, well, it wasn't too hard, but it was hard enough. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Cordell Booker. He did his thing. There's no give-ins in boxing. And she's just like, yeah, man, let's keep it pushing. So I didn't see a problem with that, man. Shout out to Gabriela Fundora looking out for the best interest of her brother. You know, I feel like I would have did the same thing. Like, nah, bro, hold on, chill out. You're not about to get no clout off of me right now. I just got out of a fight. So then people already you see people calling Fundora a duck already. So imagine if they would have did the face off and he had to change of heart saying, okay, I want to go fight Bachram for unification. Oh, he ducked Xander. Like, come on, bro. Like, so I thought she did the right thing as his sister or as his sibling or somebody that just cares. But I would like for Fundora to fight either Bachram or Virgil Ortiz. But I wouldn't be mad at Xander Zayas, man. I hope he's ready. I personally don't think he's ready right now, but I think he will be ready because I think Xander Zayas will emerge from the ashes as one of, I think he'll rise above the rest of them and be one of the top 2 or 3 in the 154-pound division, as long as he don't as long as he doesn't, you know, overreach, you know what I'm saying, and overstep and do something, call out somebody too prematurely. You know, Xander definitely bullying. He gonna let that slide too. She definitely said no. Yeah, she said no. I don't think there's wrong with that. It was a 4th round stoppage. Oh, you talking about for Mendoza? Wait, who was a 4th round stoppage, Slim? Not Booker and Fundora was a 4th round stoppage. Okay, yeah, I don't remember. I think I said 6. I called it for 6, but yeah, it might have been a 4th round stoppage. Yeah, appreciate it, bro. Let me see. Yeah, I have my scorecard. Yep, it was a 4th round stoppage. So I said I thought it was gonna be a 6th round stoppage. It happened in 4 rounds. Yep, I have it on my scorecard right here. I gave the 1st round to Fundora. I gave the 2nd round to Booker. I gave the 3rd round to Fundora, and then the 4th round, yeah, it ended. So yeah, don't forget to hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. But yeah, that's it for Fundora, man. I hope he fights Murtazaliev. I think that'd be a dope for unification. But if he doesn't, hey man, you know, if Xander Zayas wants to get it, then let Xander Zayas get it, man. So let's move on to the next topic. Crawford at 154. This is kind of why. This is not why, but this makes me want to watch Fundora against Bachram even more. But this is not why. I just like unification. Y'all know me. So I want Bachram and Fundora. But Terence Crawford said that he wants to get undisputed at 154. And you know my thing. I think that's fire. So he announced that that if he goes to 168, you know, he's a current WBA champion at 154 by beating Israel Madrimov, who was an undefeated champion there, and Terence Crawford beat an undefeated champion at his debut at a new weight class. Debut, that was double. Debut at a new weight class, obviously. Debut, that was redundant. A debut at 154, he beat an undefeated champion Israel Madrimov, took his belt, got that WBA belt. So he has a belt right now. And if if Sebastian Fundora and Bachram Murtazaliev, who has 3 belts between each other, Fundora having the WBO and the WBC, and Bachram having the IBF, I think that'd be dope if they fight. And then the winner would definitely have 3 belts and definitively prove himself as the best guy at 154 based off of hardware, right? And accolades and accomplishments and having the belts. So with Terence Crawford saying that he would go to 168 and fight Canelo to potentially pursue undisputed at 168, assuming Canelo beats William Skull, right, on May 3rd. If Terence Crawford go to 168 and beat Canelo, which I don't think he does, but let's say hypothetically he does, then he said that he'll come back down to 154 and fight the guy who's considered the best at 154 and potentially lead to 4-time undisputed. And I think that is fire because I would rather him stay at 154 and go for undisputed than fight Canelo. I don't think he wins, but I think it's a good matchup because they're both walking legends. They're both living legends, all-time greats already, Hall of Famers already. They don't have to do anything else. Canelo and Terence Crawford. So it's two great fighters fighting each other. And the only reason why I think it's even possible for Terence Crawford to win is because it's a testament to his greatness, right? He's such a phenomenal fighter that we think that he could even potentially go up from 147 or 154 all the way to 168 against a guy who's been to 175 and potentially win. I personally don't think he wins. I think he's going to come up short because I think that Canelo is also a skilled fighter, just like Terence Crawford. Even though I think Bud is slightly more skilled, I think that Canelo's experience and being more massive is a lot bigger than the skill gap, you know. So that's why I'm going with Cinnamon. But if Terence Crawford loses, right? Let's say that the WBA, they allow Terence Crawford to keep his belt while he ventures to 168, right, as a one fight stint. And let's say Fundora and Bakram Murtazali fight, and one of them and whichever one comes out the winner, they'll have 3 belts. So Terence Crawford, win or lose, would come back down to 154 and potentially fight one person and could get undisputed. And the reason why I say that that's possible, I'm not saying it's probable, but it's possible because Lamont Roach, what did he just do? He's also the WBA champion at 130. He just fought Gervonta Tank Davis at 135, who's a WBA champion, the same sanctioned body as Terence Crawford at 154 at WBA, right? They allowed him to go to fight Tank. And whether he wins or loses, he was still going to retain and maintain his championship status at 130. So WBA has done this before, not to mention WBO, right? Emmanuel Navarrete went to 135 in the WBO to fight Denise Berenchuk to get a championship at 135. He lost, and he's still the WBO champion at 130. So these things have been done before. So if they could extend the same courtesy to Terence Crawford, it's very possible and it's plausible to believe that he could go and potentially come back down to 154 and go for undisputed, win or lose, you know what I'm saying? And I think that'd be dope, man. So that's why that makes me even want to see Bakram or Sebastian Fundora fight even more, because this will be unprecedented, man. Four-time undisputed in 4 different weight classes is crazy. Because of course, you know, like people like there's some other fighters that are undisputed. Like, of course, I always tell you that Clarissa Shields, she don't get enough credit. She's 4-time undisputed, but she's 4-time undisputed in 3 different weight classes, right? Because she got undisputed twice in 1 weight class. So she's 4-time undisputed, but she's in 3 different weight classes. Canelo is about to be 2-time undisputed if he beats William Skull, but he's only he only did it in 1 weight class. So even though Terence Crawford and Canelo will both be 2 times undisputed, Terence Crawford would do it at 2 different weight classes, because he did at 140, 147, just like Naoya Inoue did at 118 and 122, and Usyk did at cruiserweight and heavyweight. But Canelo would have 2 times at 168. So I think while they're both phenomenal, both amazing, I think that doing it in different weight classes is a little bit more impressive because it's a different territory and you conquered a different division. But that's the next best thing, is doing it multiple times in the same division. So it's all great, man. And I think it's all amazing. But I'm interested to see if Crawford could do it, man. Like I said, I don't think he beats Canelo, but I do think that he could come back down to 154 and do it for real, man. That'd be fire, bro. Yeah, Fundora. Okay, appreciate it, Slim Reaper. So yeah, I think that'd be dope, man. I think we should be rooting just to see it, you know. But I do think, like I said, I think he loses to Cinnamon. I've always thought that, but I think it's gonna be competitive until it's not, and I fully expect Canelo to most likely stop Bud. But a lot of people thinking otherwise. They think that he might be able to piece him up similar to what Floyd did. I just don't think so. I don't think Terence Crawford fights like that. But just because I haven't seen him fight like that does not mean that's synonymous with him being incapable of fighting like that. So we shall see how that goes, man. We shall see how it goes. That's why we watch boxing. But it's like, you know, I saw somebody talking about Israel Madrimov. I think it was Oscar De La Hoya. I was watching an interview with Oscar De La Hoya. And he was like, oh, you know, Israel Madrimov did good against, Virgil Ortiz made Israel Madrimov look mediocre at best. And he was like, yeah, because we thought he was some monster because how good he fought against Terence Crawford. It's like, yeah, but Terence Crawford moved up to 154. That was his first time there. That's not the same thing. And then not only that, whether you want to think it's an excuse or not, which I don't want to hear it, because I think Virgil Ortiz did his thing against Israel Madrimov. But the truth of the matter is, according to Eddie Hearn and medical reports and Israel Madrimov, is that he was kind of sick. So you got to add all these other things in there. Then you'd be like, okay, bet. And the fight was back and forth. I give Virgil Ortiz all the credit, but it wasn't like he went in there and slaughtered Madrimov. It was a good fight. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that Virgil Ortiz beating Israel Madrimov means that Terence Crawford somehow underachieved. However, the fact is still Terence Crawford did not make it look easy. He struggled with Israel Madrimov. I'm just okay with him struggling. But I do think that people have a point when they say, hold on, he struggled against Israel Madrimov at his debut at a new weight class. So why the hell do you think he'll be good against Canelo? Because I'm one of those that kind of, I think the 154 may be even less confident in Terence Crawford to go to 168, but they're different fighters. You know what I'm saying? Madrimov is more athletic, more agile, more mobile. You know, the fighting styles make everything. You know, styles make fights. So we'll see how it goes. But I still got Canelo, man. I got my boy Canelo against Terence Bud Crawford. But I like Terence Bud Crawford's chances, and I think it's gonna be a good fight while it lasts. These days when 140 Terence was about to fight Loba, what's good? Dooley said, "Oh, those days when 140 Terence, yeah, man. Hey, if he wants to move up, let him move up and get that work." Ramos or Zayas, who you think wins? That's a good fight, man. Right now, today, I got Ramos. But if they fight a little later, man, I think Zayas may emerge as one of the best fighters at 154. I have a lot of, but I like Ramos a lot right now too. But I think right now today, I think Ramos beats Xander Zayas. But yeah, that's just my personal opinion on that. But yeah, man. So that's it with Terence Crawford joint, man. So Terence Crawford said that he'll go to 154 and try to conquer it, man. So we'll see how that goes, man. I think that'd be interesting. I'd be more intrigued in him doing that, win or lose, than him actually fighting Canelo. So if he said, "Oh, I'm not fighting Cinnamon anymore, I'm just going for undisputed 154," I'll be cool with that. But you know, let's see how this Canelo and Bud Crawford fight ends up, because a lot of people thought he was gonna retire. Now I want to move on to another thing that Terence Crawford said. He said that he would like to have Tank versus Shakur on his undercard. The fact that he said he wants him on his undercard, people are saying, "Oh, it's disrespectful." I don't think it'll happen, because I'm not sure that that Tank and Shakur even fight. But I want them to fight, because that's one of the biggest fights to have. It's one of my dream fights, right? It shouldn't be a dream fight because they're both in the division. It's a very realistic fight. It shouldn't have to be categorized as a dream fight, but that's how the boxing landscape is, especially at 135. But yeah, that's one of my dream fights. One of my top fights to have is Tank versus Shakur. But I don't think it's going to go on the undercard as a co-main of Canelo and Bud. However, people are talking trash, saying that, oh, they think that Bud's trying to little bro Tank. And I'm like, bro, like, people like, I'm just so glad, bro, that I have a different way of thinking, bro. Like, I don't have so much hate and negativity on my heart, bro. You got to be a negative, insecure, petty little bitch, especially as a man, to be like, everything has to be negative, bro. Like, I mean, maybe, you know, Terence Crawford and Gervonta Tank Davis have a beef, but I didn't take it like that. I didn't see him as saying, "Oh yeah, I don't think Tank wouldn't be on my undercard." He said, "I don't think Tank would be on my undercard because he's too cocky. Like, he don't want to be on the undercard of a Terence Bud Crawford card." And people are like, "Yeah, because he's just saying that to little bro him." No, I think he's saying that that'd be a good card. He even said that'd be dope to have Shakur and Tank on there. He even put Shakur on there too. So is he trying to little bro and Shakur? But I guess that's okay, because, you know, him and Shakur aren't beefing. So because him and Tank are beefing, he can't say that. It's like, bro, I don't think he was trying to be petty. I just think he was giving an honest opinion on what he think would be a dope behind card, and I agree. But I will say this: even though I don't agree that he's trying to little bro Tank necessarily, I do think it's a good point. And you know why I think it's a good point? Because of jackasses and dummies like gosh dang Gabriel Rosado. Yeah, I'm on Gabriel Rosado's head top again. You know why I think it's a good point? And you know why I think people have a good reason to say that? To say that, oh, Terence Crawford is just trying to little bro Tank, and he's just trying to show out on Tank, and so he could talk trash to Tank. It's because what is Gabriel Rosado talking trash about Devin Haney right now? He's making fun of Devin Haney because he's on the undercard of Ryan Garcia. Since when is that a bad thing? Like, I get it. It's a talking point. But Gabriel Rosado, you wouldn't be a main event against Ryan Garcia or Devin Haney. Hell, you could fight Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia at the same time, simultaneously on the same night. You still wouldn't be the main event. So why are we knocking somebody for being on the undercard? Like, did we knock David Benavidez for being on the undercard of Tank? Did anybody say that was bad? I mean, maybe they did. I don't think it was bad that David Benavidez was on the undercard of Tank. I didn't think it was bad that Caleb Plant was on the undercard of Canelo. I mean, of course you're going to be on the undercard of these guys. So even if he was on the undercard of Canelo versus Bud, I wouldn't see him as being on the undercard, oh, because he's getting big bro by Terence Crawford. If anything, he's on the undercard of Canelo because Canelo's the face of boxing. I don't see the problem. You know what I'm saying? I get it because people want to talk trash like that, but I didn't really take it as him being negative. But unfortunately, that is a good point. I can't even say that, oh, that's a terrible point or that's a reach, because people do talk trash like that. Oh, you're on the undercard. Oh, you're the co-main. Ha ha ha. You're the co-main. Like, bro, what are we doing? Like, bro, why wouldn't you want that? Hell, let's flip-flop it. Let's have Tank and Shakur as the main event and put Canelo and Terence Crawford as a co-main. Who cares? It's two sets of phenomenal fighters fighting each other on the same card on the same night, packaged in the same deal. If that was $80, I don't think anybody could complain. But it's like, bro, you can't please. I don't know, bro. It's like exhausting. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's like you can't please anybody, dog. People are literally saying, oh no, Tank wouldn't do that because, you know, don't do that, Tank, because Terence Crawford's trying to big bro you. Who cares, bro? Like, but I'm gonna tell you how petty people are. Bro, I saw a post where Jake Paul just got married or engaged or something, right? And then people were talking trash about the man's engagement, dog. People on the internet would talk trash about anything, dog. Like, how do you talk trash about somebody getting married? Bro, somebody said, oh, if you think your life is bad, at least when you wake up, you can remember that you don't have to spend the rest of your life with Jake Paul. She doesn't have to, bro. He proposed and she accepted. She wasn't forcefully made to accept I mean, not to my knowledge. Maybe, hey, I don't know what's going on, you know, so you never know. But it's like, bro, you go talk trash about somebody getting married, dog? Like, how unhappy are you? I really think, like, I don't even know how you could even generate this much emotion towards a stranger, bro. Like, I'm not a fan of Jake Paul either. But what's negative about somebody getting married, bro? It's like, okay, bet, that's what's up. Congratulations, move on. Or just keep it pushing. But no, you ought to be negative. I don't know, but social media, it's scary, bro. It's like, bro, social media, you literally get more likes and more approval and more love the more negative you are. Like, the more weird you are, the more negative you are, the more sloppy you are, the more soggy body you have, the like, a lot of these people that are famous on social media, bro, they were the biggest L7s. People don't know what an L7 is. You know what I'm saying? L7 is like that. You're a square. That's what that means, an L7. You know what I'm saying? No matter how you put it, L7 is a square. That means you're a loser. You're a lame. You're a goofy. You're a weirdo. That's probably how you were throughout history up until social media was made. Because people like to gravitate towards negativity. People like to gravitate towards, like, you can't really tell. There's no distinction between weirdos and lames and cool. Like, I don't even understand it, bro. I swear I don't understand, bro. I saw people talking trash about the man's proposal, bro. Like, I really think that these dudes must have fucked, like, they grandmama, they mom, and they auntie, and they girlfriend all in the same time and filmed it and forced these people to watch it. Like, why are you so mad, bro? Did Jake Paul, like, beat down your mama and your girlfriend at the same time? At the same damn time. I got brown, I got white at the same damn time. I'd be wondering, like, bro, like, what did these people do to you, bro? What did Devin Haney do to you, bro? He must have beat down your mama, your auntie, your great grandmama had it with the no teeth, the velveteen rub. You know what I'm saying? Like, in front of your face, your uncle too, probably, and tied you up and made you watch the videotape and laughed at you. It's like, I don't get how you can have so much animosity for somebody you don't know because they fight and they're popular. I really don't understand it. Like, so why would, as a boxing fan, why wouldn't you want Tank and Shakur on the same card as Canelo and Bud? Why wouldn't you want that, bro? I don't get it, bro. Bro, please put Tank and Canelo and Terence Crawford and Shakur on the same card. However, I will say this, though, to further the people. This is why I can't say people don't have a good point, because ego, you know, pride comes before the fall. Even Shakur came out and said, Mr. Jackson, I don't want to be on your undercard. Me and Tank is the biggest fight in boxing. So even he said that he don't want to be as a co-main. So I get it, because, you know, I do think Tank and Shakur would break records, of course. And you want to be your own man. So I get for the fighter to say that. But the fans to say that, I don't know. And I really, I'm not good at everything, but I think I'm a pretty good judgment of character. I don't think Terence Crawford was saying that. If you watch the interview or how he said it and his tone and his delivery, I don't think he was saying it to little bro him. Now, would he have said that later on, like years later? Oh yeah, that's why you're on my undercard, boy. You know your place. Now maybe he might do that if they talking trash. So I get what people are saying, but it's like, bro, come on, bro. Like, why wouldn't you, bro? Put Tank, Shakur, Dave Benavidez, who can he fight? Bivol, Canelo, Terence Crawford, and Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua all on the same card. Who cares? You could randomly choose who's the main event. I could care less. That's a fantastic card. Hey, bro, I don't know, man. People are weird, man. We got my boy Clone in the building, big member in the building. He said, I don't know, P. Jake Paul did a lot of stuff. Okay. That people still don't rock with. Okay. And he said a whole lot of stuff. He puts on negativity, so he still... Okay, man, maybe that's true. Yeah. So I want to be clear. I'm not planting my flag of righteousness on Jake Paul. No. So you might be... You're probably right, Clone. My point... I'm just saying, like, in general, it's like, there's no... Bro, Clone, you've been to my Twitch stream. You've been in here long enough. People come in here... Remember the one... I don't know if you remember, but, like, people come in here and say, oh, yeah, man, your parents must be proud of you. You got a PhD and you playing video games. Remember? I don't remember... I just remember the person, like, that's the thing, bro. I don't think people realize. I may remember what you said, but I don't remember who said it. Like, you're nothing. You're not worth 2 dead flies smashed. And that's what you're going to be. You're going to live like that. You're going to die like that. So when you think that you're saying something to hurt somebody that you don't know on the internet and you think that you're important, you're really not, bro. Like, because even if I remember what you said, I'm not going to remember you. There's people that come to this stream all the time. They talk trash to me in one stream and they come into the chat with a whole nother attitude and I don't even remember. They think I'm being nice or the bad. I had people come and be like, oh, man, you don't hold no grudges. I kind of do hold grudges. I just don't remember your goof ass. You're just not important. I'm sorry, bro. It's not that I'm like some type of I hope that one day I can forgive and forget, like God intends us to do, or turn the other cheek, but I'm not really that good, bro. I am confrontational. So if I remember that you said something, and if you was talking trash yesterday and I happen to remember that you said it next week, I'm gonna talk trash to you next week. But I usually don't remember because you're just that inconsequential. So people, like, even if you say something good, bro, people aren't gonna remember they might remember what you said. They're not gonna remember who said it, bro. I'm telling you, like, you're still as inconsequential today as you was yesterday, as you're gonna be next week. So it's just like, I don't even know why people think being an asshole is good or beneficial. So yeah, people making fake accounts with their face on it. Thank you, Clone. People make fake accounts with my face on it. My face. So now you trying to be me and I'm supposed to be insulted? Bro, that's a compliment. I don't know who you are, but you taking time out your day to make an account in my image. Thank you. Like, you can say whatever you want. I know you wouldn't dare say it to my face. And number one, and number two, you can't whoop my ass. So I'm not worried about it, bro. So, like, I don't know. I just think that when people talk, I don't like Jake Paul never did anything to me personally. Terence Crawford and Gervonta, I like Tank more than I like Bud, but if he's on the co-main and if he is little bro and Tank, that's Tank's problem. And first of all, like I said, I think I want people to realize that we sometimes when they say, oh, we don't get great cards, you're part of the reasons why we don't get great cards, because you're part of the reason that people think it's somehow negative to be on a co-main as a co-main. You're part of the reason, bro, because you would talk trash like Gabriel Rosado for a guy being on somebody's undercard, even though you've never been on a main event. Your whole career has been undercard, some prelims. Like Gabriel Rosado the other day, he was on an exhibition on the undercard of Guillermo Rigondeaux versus Danny Arguello.
Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that? No damn well who I am. Who the fuck is that?
He was on the... I'm just painting the picture for y'all. Gabriel Rosado, the guy that's talking trash about Devin Haney being on the undercard of Ryan Garcia, is the guy who was on the undercard. He was on the undercard of the undercard. He was on the prelims of Guillermo Rigondeaux and Danny Arguello in Miami. That's why when you get mad, like, I might talk trash back to you because I think it's entertaining. I'm a trash talking individual, but I don't take people seriously because you never know who you're talking to, bro. That's what I talked about earlier, how the weirder you are, the more popular you are. If you see some of these sloppy body, ugly face, butt mouth ass bitches on the gosh dang internet on Twitter that think that they're making people feel bad about themselves, if you ever got I won't even say privilege, if you ever get the like the negative experience of actually seeing what they look like, I promise you would be unbothered. Because the people that talk trash about people the most are usually doing the worst. Like, I don't have time to even look around for people to talk trash. I would love for Tank and Bud to be on the same card. You could put Bud and Canelo as the undercard. I don't give a gosh dang. That's a fire card. I don't care who's coming out first. I don't care who's coming out second. What that got to do with me? That's a fire card. But, you know, people have egos about the person that they're trying to live vicariously through. They trying to live through Bud or Tank or Canelo or Shakur. So they have an ego associated with their favorite fighter, bro. You're weird, bro. Get you some business, man. Go graduate. Go work on a project. Go do something that you could be proud of on your own. You so proud of somebody else's. Like, come on, bro. Yes, the P had an army of haters. Yes. Bro, what? Of course. Yo, Legacy, what's good, bro? What's good, bro? It's the whole package that matters. I like to not take my eyes off the screen when watching boxing and hope, and it's been happening just recently. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Doc in chat. Yo, what's good? What's good? My guy, Average Someone, big member in the building. What's good, brother? Yes, sir, man. People are crazy, bro. Someone tried to talk trash to me because I have my PhD in engineering. You know the percentage of people in this world that have a PhD, let alone a PhD in engineering, in mechanical engineering? I mean, look it up and you'll see. And you tell me if that's something I should be ashamed. They said that my parents are ashamed of me. Fool, I got my PhD to make my parents happy. But anyway, I just thought it was funny, bro. That's why sometimes when people talk trash, there is truth in you make words powerful because, no, don't get me wrong. I think that when people say certain things to you, you should react, and you sometimes should react intensely and with deliberately and with mean intentions, you know. But sometimes when people say words, is like you kind of give them power because it's like, bro, like who the hell would think that's an insult? Why would that be an insult? I just had to laugh. I said, bro, that's the best you got, bro. It's crazy. When those people go online, they project all that weird stuff. Exactly, and those are the ones that get the most follows or get the most likes because they do the weird stuff. Because people, you know, unfortunately, a lot of. So I'm gonna say this too. You know, I'm not trying to get too philosophical, but you know, like if you look at the stuff, like there's like sayings, right? There's like people who watch and talk trash about other people that critique other people, and then there's people that are doing stuff and they show a long line. Let me see if I can find it online. I think it's a great, like, I don't even know if it's a meme or it's a gif or I don't even know. It's just a saying though, like it's like a line and it shows you. I'm trying to see if I can find it. It's like the line. Okay, here, go right here. This is not the one I was looking for, but this catches the gist of what I'm saying. So look at this, chat. This is life, man. Look, you have the critic. Look how long the line for the critic is. Look how deep the line for the talker is. And look at the doer walking by himself freely. He ain't even paying attention to everybody else. Unfortunately, with social media though, these guys, the talkers and the critics, they're becoming they're masquerading as doers. You see what I'm saying? The people that are negative and the naysayers, they're masquerading as people that are positive and doing something impactful and instrumental to the circle of life. You know, and they're not, you know, but yeah. So there's three kinds of people, man: the critic, the talker, the trash talker, and the doer, bro. And the doer is like, they don't even know what you got going on. Like, I can't talk trash about you like you talk trash about me because I don't know you. Nor do I want to, man. But yeah, man, that's it for Shakur, though. I thought it was funny that Shakur actually shot down being on Terence Bud Crawford's undercard. You know, I thought that was funny. But like I said, I don't think he's wrong, you know, because they would make a lot of money, him and Tank. And that's the whole point of being a main event, because it's your event. Remember when we had these discussions? Yeah, about Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano on the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson event. Yeah, because that's why it matters with the main event, because it's considered yours. But anyway, that's all. It's just funny how things always keep coming back around. But Shakur is, I think he's right to want his own main event, but I just think it's kind of crazy that boxing fans are saying, "Oh yeah, Terence Crawford's just trying to big bro Tank." So okay, and I like Tank. I don't give a gosh dang. You know, I just think that's a great package deal, but I don't blame Tank or whoever else for not doing it, or Shakur. Whoops. Got a Q-tip in my ear. Look at that, boy. Look at that. That's a clean Q-tip, boy. So you know my ears clean, boy. A second, let me throw this away. All right. He said we got lots of Skip Bayless, Uncle Tom, Stephen A. Smith, and not enough LeBrons or Canelo's walking around. Yeah, but that's the thing though, Clone. I'm gonna be honest too. I'm gonna be honest. And now I know people may disagree. I'm not a big Skip Bayless fan. I'm not a huge Stephen A. Smith fan. But at least they are doing what they want to do. Like they are critics that are, Skip Bayless started off as a journalist, right? Stephen A. Smith started off as a beat writer and a journalist as well. Like they went to journalism school. So that is a job, you know what I'm saying? Like because really what they're doing is spreading, disseminating, and providing news, presenting news, Of course, unfortunately, or fortunately, it comes with a job that, hey, if somebody does bad, I've got to say they did bad. Now, the reason why I don't like Skip Bayless because I think that he somehow got lost in his own sauce of trying to project an image. Do I think he became, what they say, practice makes perfect, whether it's good or bad. I think that he kept trying to be such a polarizing persona that he became the goofy that tries to make people believe that LeBron James and Aaron Rodgers and other great people are not good because he doesn't like them. That's the problem. But I think Stephen A. Smith I don't really care for him either, but I think he does a great job. Like he may not know boxing, but man, he knows basketball, football, and all those other sports. He's well versed in sports. So even with Stephen A. Smith, I got to give credit where credit is due because he is like at the core of his job. I really do think that he is trying to give sport news, not just trying to be negative. The people on Twitter, they're just trying to be negative. The people on Instagram or wherever it is, social media, they're just trying to be negative. People like Gabriel Rosado just trying to be negative. You see what I'm saying? So I think it's a slight difference. You teleport like Goku. Oh no, I accidentally clicked my camera. I thought that was a joint before I realized. Yeah, it was a Q-tip, man. I don't smoke or drink. Yeah, I got a box of Q-tips right here. Yes, sir. He said, why people don't say Tank, Big Bro, Benavidez when the fight was Coleman. Oh, yeah, exactly, Clone. Exactly. He said, why they don't say, yeah, it don't matter though, Dub. It doesn't matter. The point is that DB can whether he ever belt or not. Anthony Joshua, he main events. Best believe any fight that Anthony Joshua is, he's gonna main event. That's a great question. I don't know if you heard me, Clone, but I talked about that as well. I said, why don't anybody say that DB Big Bro, Tank Big Bro David Benavidez? They don't say that because he doesn't get the amount of hate that Gervonta Tank Davis does, or he doesn't have the beef with Terence Crawford. They wouldn't say that unless they weren't obsessed with Gervonta Tank Davis. They think that somehow it's a negative thing. Like I said, and they think that because Gabriel Rosado and guys that should know better, like boxing aficionados, they should realize that there's no shame in being like, if you're gonna be a ridiculous fan, that's one thing. Yeah, ridiculous fans are gonna say ridiculous things, But I don't see why it's bad to be on. I didn't look at David Benavidez as any less of a boxer because he was on the co-main undercard of Tank. Now I will admit this. It would be odd for somebody like Tank to be on the undercard, but then you realize, that's Canelo. Canelo's the face of boxing. I keep telling people that, like, I don't even know why people try to debate that. Tank is a superstar. AJ's a superstar, but Canelo's the megastar. You know what I'm saying? There's no shame in that, bro. It's like LeBron is the face of basketball. Is there a shame in being Steph Curry or Giannis Antetokounmpo or Nikola Jokic or I don't know, Paul George or whatever other superstar there is in basketball? No, it's just with boxing, man. It's just with boxing. They act like, if you're not the number one star, if you're not the number one money revenue generator, if you're not the number one guy in your division, you're not good. It's either all or nothing. Bro, there's plenty of good fighters. I still want to see Jaime Munguia fight. I still want to see Isa Pitbull Cruz fight. I still wanted to see Gary Anton Russell fight before he beat Jose Valenzuela and bounce back. I don't think you have to be undefeated or the best to be great. Or maybe to be great. No. To be great, or the word I was trying to say was good, though. You don't have to be that to be good. There's plenty of room between great and good. Hell, the face of boxing has 2 losses. And you could argue he should have had 2 more or 1 more. I personally, Canelo's one of my favorite fighters. And I would tell you all day, emphatically, voluntarily. I think he lost to Erislandy Lara. And guess what? He would still be my favorite fighter. I don't care, bro. You see what I'm saying? Like, it was a good fight. I still want to see Liam Parle bounce back against since his loss to Richardson Hitchens. I think he can. I still think Sky Nicholson could bounce back with her loss to TIARA Brown. Why not? I'm still excited to see Errol Spence fight again if he fights again. I don't think he should. Yo, 2-4 in the building, big member in the building. What's good, brethren? Hey, I'm so glad you just said AB and Rolly. I still want to see Rolly fight. I don't just want to see Ryan in the Rolly fight. I arguably want to see Rolly more than I want to see Ryan Garcia. Neither one of them are undefeated. But that's people that they, like I said, I think the problem is that people want to live vicariously through their favorite fighter, and that's why they act like that. Paul Williams lost to Lara. Paul Williams lost Sergio Martinez. Shout out to Paul Williams. God bless him with his paralysis due to the motorcycle accident. I would still watch Paul Punisher Williams right now if he was able to fight. Pacquiao wasn't undefeated. That's one of my favorite fighters. Miguel Cotto wasn't undefeated. One of my favorite fighters. Floyd Mayweather was undefeated. He's one of my favorort fighters. But it's just because if someone, Deontay Wilder, I don't want to see him fight anymore. Not because he lost Tyson Fury. I don't want to see him fight anymore because I'm worried of his welfare. Not because I think he's trash. You see the difference? People want to see him fight so he can get slaughtered and talk trash about him. I don't want him to fight not because I think he's trash, but because I think he can't defend himself appropriately anymore. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. I'm talking about for his own well-being. But if he wants to fight again, then he'll fight again. But I would never say he's trash. Even Kambosos, y'all be hearing me talk about Kambosos, which I did my research on that the other day. I did check out the Kambosos stuff. I don't know if I told y'all, but I think Al Booga and some other guy came in, another gentleman came here and said that Kambosos said some borderline racist or flat out racist stuff. I couldn't find the stuff that he said himself, but I saw what they were talking about with his wife. His wife said something crazy. It was very racist. She said the N-word and some more things. And he tried to defend it. I didn't see that he said it, but you know, that's his wife. So you, for better or for worse, hey, that's your better half or your worse half. So I get people being mad. But at the same time too, you know, I done dated some girls that said some crazy stuff and I wouldn't like for it to be put on me. And I didn't hate them because of that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you talk to people and you try to make them get better. And I'm not giving Kambosos or anybody excuse, but I'd say I didn't see it. But it's still whack though. You know, I definitely, I'm going to be mindful and look at him a little differently now. Like, you know, but I ain't going to, like I said, I did see what his wife said and he tried to come and defend it. But I will say this too, you know, coming from where I'm from, I got a lot of homies that don't always do what's right, you know, and if it's in public, I'm going to defend them. But then when we get in private, I'm going to chastise them, like, hey man, chill out. Like I told y'all stories about, you know, when I had homies from Miami, a lot of them from Miami, and, you know, they be slapping girls on the booty and stuff like that when you're out. And I'd be like, I remember one time I was about to get in a fight and I had to break it up and I apologized to the girl. And then, you know what I'm saying, as my boy, you know, I get him out the situation. But we get to the crib, I'm like, bro, when we get back in the car, I'd be like, bro, you can't be doing it. I said, bro, if you do that, I can't tell you what to do. You grown, but don't do that around me, bro. Because I said, me and you going to have a problem. And then I remember one time we went out again and I told you, he got into it with more girls. And, you know, we almost got arrested, bro. We had to duck up out of it. I remember hiding some bushes. And this is in college now. And I'm like, bro, I ain't come to college to get in trouble. I could have stayed at the crib to get in trouble. So I just stopped going out with him. That's still my partner. You know what I'm saying? I still got love for him, but I couldn't rock with him like that because that's a bad reflection on me. But I'm not going to publicly denounce him. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not giving Kambosos an out at all. Please don't get it twisted. I'm not saying what he says okay. I'm not, but from what I saw, he didn't say it himself. And he just tried to defend his wife. And he sounded dumb as hell defending her too, talking about, oh, she's African. She's from an African country. Just because you're from an African country don't mean that you could say the N-word. You know what I'm saying? And I could be from Asia. That don't mean that I'm not black because I was born in Asia. I mean, wasn't Kobe Bryant born in Italy? He's black. You see what I'm saying? Wasn't Charlize Theron born in South Africa? She's white. Sorry. And if you know the history of South Africa, you know, Johannesburg and all that shit. But anyway, apartheid and all that shit. But anyway, you get the point. Where you born doesn't change your complexion or whatever. So his explanation was dumb as hell. But at the same time, my point is that, you know, there's another dude I used to go out with, another dude from Miami, Hispanic dude. He get in fights everywhere, bro. And I always have to break it up. I remember he had a house party and some dude was he's fighting some white dude or whatever. And he's a Hispanic dude. But you can't, he's one of them, you couldn't tell. When I first met him, I thought he was a white dude or whatever, and you know, he got big gauges in his ear, and but anyway, a Hispanic dude from Miami, and he would drink, and when he drinks, he gets violent. So I remember this dude, he was about to lose the fight. So I grabbed the dude. It was a big dude too, man. I'm glad he ain't turned on me. I guess I intimidated him because how I look, but it was a big old. I'm talking about buddy with brawling, looking like rest in peace Tommy Morrison. I'm talking about he look like straight from Rocky, bro. I was like, oh boy, but I had to grab him because him and my partner was squared up, and then it was a grass. It was late. I don't remember if it was raining or we was doing a slip and slide at night. It was a party though, and he fell down, and he got on top of him, was about to punch him, and I grabbed him and threw him off him, and then he just chilled, and they just went home. I don't know what it was, but I did my thing though. My thing. But anyway, nothing happened anyway, and then and he was just real thankful. And then I remember we went out to Mardi Gras. Right, Mardi Gras, Louisiana, bro, from Florida. I remember I drove my Durango, chat. It was a 2000 Durango, chat. So if y'all got whips and you know what a 2000 Durango does, I'm talking about on the gas guzzler side, boy, I'm talking about that thing that eat through your pockets for gas. We drove from Florida, North Florida, to Louisiana. It was like a 6-7 hour trip to Mardi Gras. And this man want to get in the fight in Mardi Gras. I'm talking about titties everywhere. Everywhere you look, there was titties. Up, down, left, right, up, titties. And you want to fight. Cause you drunk, you can't handle your liquor. I said, bro. After that, bro, he got into it with some dudes or whatever. I was like, bro, you gotta chill out, whatever. We about to, but I'm not saying that then. We were about to fight these dudes. I don't know who they were, and thank God, I don't know if there was cops there or something. They broke it up, and then we go somewhere to another section. He about to get into another people. I just walked away from him. I said, bro, I can't do this, dog. You got it, bro. You on your own. You get your behind whooped. You get your behind whooped, man. I'm here to have fun. And that was the last time I said, bro, I can't go out with you no more. I had your back in public, but in private, I can't go out with you no more, bro. I'm here. I got my J's on, or I'm looking good. Got my, you know what I'm saying? I'm over here trying to holler at something. You over here trying to squabble with something. I ain't got time, bro. That was the last time I went out with him. I don't mind if something happens because it happens just randomly, but now it seems like I got a hot head. You know what I'm saying? I'm hot headed. But I was like, bro, you going out your way now. That's not for nothing, but do Africans call each other the N word? I doubt it. That's an American thing. And I'm not defending anything either, Average. That's kind of like a different conversation, right? Because it's like when it's not the same thing now, but I'm saying I'm giving you an example, and I'm making an analogy, right? It's like when women call each other the B word, and if a dude calls them the B word, it hits a little different. It's the same word, but it means it's like one word. When two women say to each other, is usually a term of endearment, like, "Hey man, what's up, my?" You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So when people that look a certain way say that word, they don't necessarily mean it negatively. I'm not saying that word should be used or advocating for any word to be used as negative, because some words should get thrown out. But we cannot act oblivious to the fact that they're used in different ways now. So it's not about the word. It's more so about who says it. That just is what it is. That's just reality. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's so many words that are like that too in different cultures too. You know what I'm saying? It's not just with that word in the black culture. It's the same word, and Hispanics have some words that they can say to each other that should be said. Jamaicans have some words that they say to each other should be said from other. That's just life. So to act oblivious to that is pretty ignorant. I'm not saying you are. I'm just speaking in generalities now. So say my father's from Nigeria. He doesn't say that word. No, he never grew up with that word. He grew up in Nigeria. You grew up here. That was a word that was used, to mean some stuff that was derogatory to certain people that look a certain way. So, yeah. Okay, we got my boy Tufo in the back. Thank you, Oscar. I didn't even see when Tufo joined. Give me a second. Let me put on my headset. Oh yeah, everybody got an individual like that in the group. Yeah, no, I got too many though. Because hey, product of your environment. You feel me? So. I hear y'all. I was only asking because you were saying Cambosa's wife used the fact she's from Africa. No, his wife didn't. He used that to try to defend the Average for Africa, that she was allowed to say. No. He was saying that she did. She just used the word. She was on some gangster stuff, and she. But I'm gonna show you how from what I saw, I'm gonna show you. Average someone, and don't quote me now, but if someone's familiar with the situation, I believe she's Algerian, which is Northeast Africa. Cambosa said that she's from West Africa. So that's how you know that he was just talking trash. She's from I believe she's of Algerian descent. But he said that she's from West Africa. West Africa is like Nigeria, Ghana. East Africa, Northeast Africa is Algeria, Egypt, stuff like that. And if you know that history, hey, some of them don't even consider themselves really African. So she didn't say that. He said that. But that's how bad his excuse was. He was just reaching, just trying to protect her. And you know what I'm saying? I get it. You know, that's his wifey. But at the same time, you know, you can be like, hey, you know, there's ways you could do it. You can be like, hey, man, you know, she was wrong. But blah, you know, we gonna work on ourselves or something like that. So but like I said, I'm not saying that's the only instance. That's just the only instance that I saw. I only speak on what I see around here. You feel me, Dooley? You feel me? Oh, Ryan Twofold, my Twofold in the building. We got Ryan Frazier, Boxing Talk Up North in the building. Big member in the building. Yo, what up? What up, Twofold? Yo. Oh, Twofold's not there. West Africa is pure African. Yeah, but that's the thing too. Hey, Dooley, I don't mind, bro. If you know, you won't hear me, bro. You are who you are. You are who you want to be. You are who you say you are. I'm not one to. Hey, if you're Kobe Bryant and you're born in Italy, I don't care what you speak. If you say you Italian, you Italian. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want to go by. And we all got eyes and complexions, but I'm not. Who am I to tell you what you should relate to or what you should classify yourself as? I don't mind it, but when you're trying to use it as an excuse, we're not stupid. You see what I'm saying, Dooley? I don't even care about that pure stuff. I'm a mutt, you know. I'm a mutt. If you want to talk about it like that, you know, I'm Jamaican, Nigerian, and I was born in America. I'm a mutt. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, some people call like you know, like they were talking about that. That's why I rocked with Rayo. Remember when Rayo was fighting Pitbull and people were saying, oh, Rayo's a fake Mexican and Pitbull's a real Mexican because Rayo was born in like Washington or something. He's Mexican American, and Pitbull's he's a Mexican born in Mexico. I'm like, bro, I don't really get with that type of to me, that's ignorance, man. I don't really get with that type of isolation and identification and stuff like that. But that's how it is in history. Like North Korea didn't like South Korea. You know what I'm saying? So you know, hell, all types of places don't like each other. You know, Haitians and Dominicans don't, you know, historically, you know, have conflicts. Irish and Italians, or even, you know, Irish and English, and so you know, that's just human nature, man. You're always gonna find a difference to try to hold on to try to make somebody feel inferior or make somebody else feel superior. It's always, everybody got a superiority inferiority complex, man. Sit your goofy ass down, man. What about who you are inside? That's what counts. So yeah, I don't even, you know, you are who you are. You call yourself whatever you want, but don't try to play somebody like they dumb. You know what you should say and what you shouldn't say, and how you should treat people, how you shouldn't treat people. You know you ain't got no business saying that. Yo, Lloyd, what's good? Rest in peace. All right, man. Thank you, Lloyd. God bless you, brother. Thank you, man. I know she heard you too, man, and she felt every single button of the keyboard you just typed right there. So I appreciate it, man. God bless you, bro. My grandma, celebration, man. Celebration, man. I ain't gonna lie, I was crying, but tears of joy too, tears of hurt. You're supposed to grieve, man. You love somebody, you're supposed to, you know, time for grief, but at the same time, man, we working, man. We getting it in. Twofold fell off the call. Anybody want to pull up? You can pull up. Dooley say IRS, but yeah, facts, Dooley. Yeah, but yeah, so, but no, you're right. You're right though. I'm not saying you're wrong. Now, don't get it twisted. You right what you said. I'm just saying that's just not my place, man. That's not my place, man. You call yourself whatever you want to call yourself, but you know, just don't disrespect me in the process. There's plenty of words I do not say because I don't want to offend anybody. You feel me? I appreciate that, Slim. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. Yes, sir. Anybody else want to pull up in the Discord, man? The Discord is open. I changed the rules too. Remember when you joined the Discord for the first time, you had to wait 10 minutes. I reduced it to 5 minutes. I was going to take it all the way off, but I saw some trolls in some of the channels. I ain't got time for that. This kind of helps weed out the trolls. You know, people don't want to wait 5 minutes. I think 5 minutes is nothing. So yes, sir, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate all of y'all's condolences and well wishes and love, man. Really means a lot. Shout out to my boy Oscar, man. My boy Oscar, who's in the chat, he just went through a similar thing, man. So he's tough as well, man. Rest in peace to su abuela, you know, and yeah, man, we gonna meet again, man. And God just determines when we do. We all gonna meet again, and hopefully a better place. Right? You gotta live your life the right way. You feel me? But yeah, let's keep it going, man. So oh, also too, bro, Terrell Goucher, man. Why they did Terrell Goucher like that, Slim? Why did oh, you did ask me that earlier. Let me hit this one topic, and I know you've been patient, bro. Salute to you, Slim Reaper. I'm gonna get to that. Let me just talk about this real quick before I forget. Terrell Goucher was robbed. I'm talking about robbed, broad daylight, bare face, no mask. in front of everybody. I'm talking about was blatant robbery. Why they did Terrell Goucher like that against Elijah Garcia, man? That was so wrong, bro. That was so wrong. Like, man, those judges were bogus, dog. And shout out to Elijah Garcia. Like I said, in this channel, I want to normalize not blaming the fighter. Fighters fight, judges judge. It is not Elijah Garcia's fault that he was a beneficiary of a robbery. But gosh dang, they did Terrell Goucher bad, bro. Like, come on, man. The man's 37 years old, which is not old in life, but it's up there in boxing.
Damn.
As an athlete. And it's like, bro, come on.
I'm sorry.
The man worked hard. The man beat up. Like, there's no way Elijah Garcia won that fight. But I will say this. I can't be too mad because I got in the fight. I went back and watched it now. But I got in because I got Amazon. So I went back and watched it now. But when I first was watching it live, I didn't get too hot because I missed the first 4 rounds. So I came in at the second half of the 4th round. But even if I gave Elijah Garcia all 4 of the first 4 rounds, he still lost the fight because I only gave Terrell Goucher, when I was watching it live, I only gave him 1 round. And he got dropped in the first round. I was like, come on, bro. You can't do people like that. That's why boxing is just, it's very, I don't know, man. It just sucks sometimes because these fighters work hard. It's like, bro, like, don't rob somebody. I know if it's a close fight, yeah, it don't matter if it's a close fight. That wasn't close. Terrell Goucher won that one, bro. Yeah, you watched it live. Yeah, that was bad, man. Wait, yeah, the court's still open, Oscar. Yeah, pull up. Them trolls, man, they funny. Keyboard gangsters everywhere. Right? Hey, shout out to my boy Ryan, man. He went crazy with the parlays, man. I believe he won 2 out of 3 parlays or something like that. You know what I'm talking about? You want to get your money right? You want to get your bets right? You want to get your parlays right? Go holler at my boy Ryan Frazier, Boxing Talk up north, man. They call him Big North on these parts. Yes, sir. Go check out Big North, man. He gonna get you right with that paper, that Skrilla, that bread, that cheese. So check out my boy, man. I watched it live with you. Yes, sir. Yes, that was bad, right, Slim? That was a robbery, bro. But yeah, man, let's move on to all right, from now on, I want people to call me champ. I want you to talk to average. Yeah. If Rosado called himself a champ, yeah, facts. I'm a champ too. Hell, I mean, I beat a couple people in sparring. I boxed before. I'm a champ. Fuck out of here, man. We ain't going. You ain't going to just. I don't care if you call yourself champ, but don't try to shit on somebody who is the youngest undisputed male champion in the 4-belt era and say that, oh, their resume is questionable. Okay, then what is yours? Come on, man. What are we doing? But he said thoughts on Serrano and Taylor trilogy. Taylor Serrano trilogy, Slim Reaper. I talked about this many times, and but I don't mind talking about it again. I think it's and it's gonna sound disrespectful. I don't mean it disrespectful, but I got to be consistent. I personally believe that any trilogy that doesn't have a different winner or a different result should not happen. I think it's a waste of time. For example, Derek Chisora versus Tyson Fury. Why did that happen 3 times? Tyson Fury won the first time, the second time, and he won the third time. Why are we having a third time if the same person won the first 2 times? Go fight somebody else. To me, now it seems like you scared of the rest of the field, a competition, or you got a personal vendetta against somebody. I don't know what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Either way, I think it's weak, and it's getting redundant now. So I don't really like this trilogy. The trilogy that I prefer out of the women's side, out of Katie Taylor, would be Chantel Cameron. Chantel Cameron beat her the first time, knocked her braids loose, and then Katie Taylor beat her the second time. They're split 1-1. Have a trilogy. Same reason why we had Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury trilogy. The first one was a draw. The second one, Tyson Fury won. So at least there wasn't 2 of the same outcomes, right? So they had a third one to settle the score. Same with Canelo and Triple G. The first one was a draw. The second one, Canelo won. So now let's bring a conclusive, decisive ending by having a third fight. Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor won twice. Now, I will say this. The caveat is that I personally thought that Katie Taylor lost the second fight. I thought Amanda Serrano did enough to win. However, she didn't win, according to the judges. They said that, if you look at the record, Katie Taylor won the first time. Katie Taylor won the second time. Why in God's green earth are we having a trilogy? Now, I get it. It's a good fight because they always bring the action, but now it just kind of feels forced, like they're going to keep fighting until Amanda Serrano finally wins. Then just give her to her. Who cares at this point? You know what I'm saying? So it's a good fight, of course. Shout out to Katie Taylor. Shout out to Amanda Serrano. You know what I'm talking about? One time for the ladies. But it's just like, what are we talking about, bro? Like, we gonna keep watching it until we get a different outcome? We gonna keep watching until Amanda Serrano finally wins? It kind of waters it down. But I do think that Amanda Serrano won the second one. But are they going to call the headbutts this time? I mean, Katie Taylor was headbutting the shit out of her. She was headbutting her like she was supposed to. She was headbutting like Evander Holyfield and B-Hop. But, since they didn't call the headbutts, unfortunately, what does that mean? That means that Amanda Serrano has to adjust. I know that sounds crazy, like, oh, adjust the headbutts, but you got to do something. Bite her ear, hell, I don't know. Pull a Mike Tyson. You gotta do something. But unfortunately, that's just it is what it is. Like somebody keeps hitting you with low blows, and the referee's not calling it. Then I mean, low blow him back, headbutt her back, something. And she didn't do anything, so it is what it is, man. Do I think Amanda? I hope so. So we can stop watching this shit. Hopefully she wins, and then we ain't got to see no more. But then, you know, if she wins, then we got to get a fourth one. I'm tired of seeing that. I ain't gonna lie. Do I think she can win? Yeah, but I think Katie Taylor, like I said, it's a good matchup. I think either one. I think both of them could win. Like, I don't know. I'm not betting on it though. I'm not betting on that. No sir, because I thought that Amanda Serrano won that second one for sure. And after I saw that, I said, okay, yeah, I can't tell. So, yeah, I think Katie Taylor might get it again. Yo, we got, who you think wins? Yo, we got Oscar in the building. What's good, brethren?
What up? I think you're being way too nice with that.
Oh, Lord. Which one? With the Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor?
Hell yeah, that shit's useless. This ain't Aunt Bison when he beats your ass 3 times in a row.
He said this ain't Aunt Bison.
Nah, that shit's useless.
He said it's useless, chat. Shout out to Oscar, man. Oscar gonna keep me honest, man. He said I'm being way too nice, chat. Shout out to my boy Oscar, man. Yeah, I just feel like it's just like, come on, man. Like, why do we? I don't know. Like I said, it is action packed. You know, I gotta give them that. But come on, man.
That's the thing, though. Like, that's the same reason. It's like they gave you everything in 24 rounds. What else are you expecting to see?
Exactly.
Dirty. Like the first one was very close, and then it was dirty. The second one, it was like, I guess it was dirty, but like if they don't get caught, it'll get caught.
Right.
But Amanda Serrano didn't adjust, so let's not pretend like she adjusted.
Right.
I boxed her the whole way. No, she was from round 1 to round 12 or round 10, I can't remember. It was like the same all the way. So
exactly.
It's useless.
Yeah,
it's shit.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. It's like, and this is no disrespect to anybody who wants to see it. I'm just speaking for myself. I feel like I feel like too is like there's other women that we could watch too, bro. It's like yeah, like Amanda Serrano. I'm not now, right? It's a bad time to say it now, but Skye Nicholson was calling out Amanda Serrano. I would have liked to see that fight. Now, you know, Skye Nicholson lost, so it's not as intriguing. But even Amanda Serrano versus TIARA Brown or Carolyn Dubois has been calling out some of them too, or Alicia Bumgarner versus Katie Taylor. Would not want to see that, or you know what I'm saying, or even Katie Taylor, Michaela Mayer. You know, even go Michaela Mayer's fighting a rematch against Sandy Ryan, but there's so many other top tier women. Okay. Yeah, there's so many women boxers that we could see and mix it up, bro. Like, I understand if there was only like 3 or 4 girls, but it's not like that anymore, man. It's not Layla Ali and Ann Wolf, bro. This is, you know, they have a lot of girls in or around that division. You know what's so crazy to me, though? Is so people claim they want to see Clarissa Shields and Alicia Bumgarner. You know how big of a weight disparity that is? But then no one's hollering about seeing the fight that's more realistic, like Amanda Serrano and Alicia Bumgarner, Carolyn Dubois and Alicia Bumgarner, Michaela Mayer and Katie Taylor and Sandy Ryan, or whatever, or Chantel Cameron and Katie Taylor, who we should want, or you know what I'm saying? That's a trilogy we should be wanting, or TIARA Brown and Katie Taylor, or something like that. Like there's just, you know, and I know they're not all in the same weight class, but they're all within 1 or 2 weight classes, or they're all within 1 weight class. Everybody just named, but you're telling me you want to see Clarissa Shields versus Alicia Bumgarner? It's like 4 weight classes.
And that brings me to the next point. It's like, they're always complaining, oh, we always see the same women. Yeah, that's because y'all keep wanting the same fucking fight.
Exactly.
I want to see that shit. I way rather see Katie Taylor in the wall.
There it is. Me too.
I want to see that shit again.
Talk to
I mean, I'm not saying the fight her shit. It's just like, what else are you expecting from Amanda Serrano to adjust that she didn't adjust in 24 rounds? What else are you expecting from Katie Taylor, which the first fight, she fought her ass off. The second fight, I ain't gonna lie, she headbutted the shit out of Serrano. But like I said, she didn't adjust to it. Like, she didn't do nothing.
Yep.
What did she do?
Exactly. Yo, what's good, Cool Breeze? I didn't care for the second fight. Right. I thought the second fight was straight, though. I ain't gonna lie. I thought it was a good fight. I thought it was a good. They put on well for the women, especially on that big event that they were at with Tyson and Paul, right? So I thought it was good. But the third, come on, bro. I don't need to see third, man. I
It,
don't need
it
to
was
see
a
that.
good as a rematch. It wasn't good as a trilogy.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I think someone said it earlier that Amanda might need to stop her. I don't know who said that. But yeah, I think they might need to.
No, I think either one needs to get a stoppage. Another, he's gonna keep fighting if the runner wins. That's my opinion, though.
True. Don't forget to smack that like button, y'all. Appreciate it. Shout out to my boy Oscar, man. What you think about Fundora though, bro? What do you want to see him do next? If you had a preference.
No, defend his title against his number one contender.
So Xander.
Xander, yeah.
Mm.
Or if you don't want to do that, then I think he needs to unify. But that's the two paths I see for her.
Yeah. I prefer the unification. I'm not saying it has to happen, but I would like to see him in Bakram over Xander. I know it's going. I know you gonna talk trash, but and I don't blame you. I just think Xander. I would give Xander a little more time.
Yeah.
Oh, you agree with me? Oh wow, I thought you were gonna say no. Okay, my bad.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I think Xander should go for like an interim title.
Yeah.
Or like an interim title, because aside from that, he's just gonna go straight up to for the title shot, and I think it's way too early for him. I'm not saying way too early. I think he's 2 fights away from it though.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, one or two fights, preferably 2. Yeah, but you know,
preferably 2.
Right.
Preferably 2, but like if it happens after the next one, I'm not mad at it.
Right. Yeah.
Because I'm also not a fool. He is right there. He does have the skills. He does. But at the same time, you don't want to jump the gun too early.
Exactly.
And I think if he gets a fight in between and then fight Fundora, who is not the strongest champ, although he's the unified champ, I think that'd be perfect for him.
I think so too.
Can he get? Because Fundora looks like he can hit you from the other side of from corner to corner.
Yep.
I was like, hey, yo, this guy, what?
Mr. Fantastic, bro. Man, stretch all over the place.
I'm telling you, bro. All he had to do is jab and lean back.
Facts. Yep. And that's like you said with Xander. Unfortunately for him, it's like not unfortunately, that's what he wants, right? So, but Xander, he is ranked number 1 WBO, and he's about to get that interim title. So, and the WBO, if Fedor doesn't fight him, he'll get stripped. Because they ordered the purse bid in freaking 20 days, bro. What the heck, bro? Man just fought, bro. He just.
Can he get a break?
The man can't even eat his cheeseburger, bro.
The man's still sore from the punches, and he already got told that he has to fight.
Yes,
that shit's crazy.
I'm telling you, bro. Hey, pay the cost to be the boss, man. You got to pay the cost to be the boss, man. Shout out to the fighters like Bud and Canelo and Diane away that are able to get the leniency of
don't even get me started with Bud.
getting to keep their belts.
That's a whole nother can of worms with Bud.
Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness.
I like Bud. That's the thing. I like Bud. I love Bud. It's just I have to keep it consistent, because when Fundora did it with Spence, I was fuming, because he's holding up the division.
True. Yeah.
Bud don't fight once a year.
Yeah.
And he's setting himself for Canelo, which is understandable.
Right.
But give up the belt.
Yep.
And it ain't gonna be till next year when he fights. Give up the belt.
Yeah, that's true. Yo, Kendrick in the building. What's good, brethren? He said Fedora don't need a break. He said Fundora don't need a break. He ain't fight for a year. That's true. But come on, man. The man just fought, bro. Like, hey.
It's not even a break. It's just like, can I make it home?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, facts. Can I make it to the crib first? Like, gosh, not even a break. But I will say this though. I wouldn't mind the WBA giving Bud like letting him fight Canelo, and then if he doesn't say that he's going back to 154, like a week after he's fighting, then strip him. But I don't have a problem with him waiting till after that fight.
That's the thing. If you're gonna wait for somebody, it should be Bud, because the history that he had.
Right. That's what
and
I'm
that
thinking
he wants to define boxing.
Right.
But it's like, I can't be hypocrite, because when Fundora was there, I was like, nah, fuck no, strip the guy as
right.
soon as possible.
Right.
So I gotta keep it a bug with Bud too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind it. If you don't get stripped, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like, oh, I'm gonna be.
No,
holding on to the division.
Yeah, I
but
understand.
at the same time, It's because if it was at any other division, I wouldn't be mad. It just
Right.
so happens to be 154.
Right.
That's the
Yeah.
hottest division. That's the hottest division we had in years.
Agreed.
I want to say in 2020, since 2020, that's the hottest division probably.
Yep. Agreed.
So I don't want to be holed up like that.
And I'm with you too. Like I'm just the opposite. Like I don't think I wouldn't be mad if they took it. I wouldn't be mad either because I understand it. I'm just saying that if he makes it clear that he'll come back to 154, then I'm cool. I'm cool with him keeping the WBA. But I definitely think he should be removed from interim, like they're doing. You know what I'm saying? He's being removed from his WBO interim status to get a next shot at Fundora. So I'm cool with that. But if who's the interim for the WBA? Is it Virgil Ortiz? If he wants to go fight Canelo and they say, oh, we're moving up Virgil Ortiz, boom. Okay, I'm cool.
Ortiz is WBC, I think.
WBC? Okay. So there's no interim title holder for WBA?
What's WBA? Is it Charlo? No, that's Reese's.
I'm not sure. Maybe there's no interim. Yeah, you're probably right. I don't. Oh no, it's Jonas Tellis. Jonas Tellis is an interim champion. Dang,
Already an interim champion?
That's crazy, bro.
When did that happen?
I guess after the last fight, would he beat who'd he just beat? J-Rock? Get the freak out of here, bro. I didn't know that either, bro. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. Go.
There's no way. Nah, they gotta be trolling you.
Yo, President Gilberto Mendoza is wilding with that one. Jonas Tellis is an interim belt holder.
With J-Rock? Really?
That's nuts. I ain't gonna lie, that's nuts. That's nuts. oh yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you too. Yeah, Terence Crawford may get stripped. I ain't gonna lie, PBC may get him up out of there, right? Because Jonas Tellis is a PBC fighter too. Oh yeah, Bud might be up out of there. I ain't gonna hold you. That's what. Yeah. See, when people talk, if you talk stuff about PBC like this in this regard, I'm with you. You know, yeah, they be greedy with the belts. Oh yeah. And it's WBA too. What benefits Al? Oh yeah. Terence Crawford might be up out of there.
And Tellis, man, he's the weakest champ. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. If he gets elevated, I like Jonas Tellis too. I mean, I'm looking forward to Jonas Tellis, Charles Conwell, and Xander Zayas as the young blood at 154. But Tellis ain't ready to be no full WBA. Hell nah. I like.
He best enjoy his week.
I'm telling you.
He best enjoy his week with his belt.
I'm telling you. Yeah, I don't know about that one. That's nuts. Hey, yo, bro, I did not know that was an interim belt, bro.
Thank you. I thought it was just like nah, bro. That's nah.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, that's kind of. I will say this though. Number one ranked is Abbas Barao. That's the undefeated French dude. I think Tellis could beat him. I ain't gonna hold you. I only seen his highlights, so I have to do more research. But yeah, I think Tellis could beat him. So he might be straight. Because number one is him, and then number two is not rated. And number three is Eric Salubin, and Eric Salubin is fighting Ardreal Holmes.
For the IBF, right? Title eliminator.
He said,
I don't know. I think Ramos gets Tellis out of there real quick.
Oh hell, oh yeah, he can't. Nah, I don't. That's the thing. Like someone asked me about Xander and Ramos earlier. I think right now, I don't think none of the young bulls could touch Ramos. In my personal opinion, not right now. I think Xander Zayas. Like I said, I have high expectations for Xander Zayas. I think Zayas might emerge as one of the top 2 or 3 in a year or 2 from now. But right now, nah. Like Jesus Ramos, I think he's a top dog right now, in my personal opinion.
But see, that's the best way to bounce back from a loss.
Yep.
Don't you think?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I agree. Yep. Yeah, let him go fight Ramos.
Rather than doing what Tim 2 was trying to do with Box Brown. Like, work yourself back up.
He said Bud is an op for PBC for life. Facts.
Yeah, I ain't lying.
He said Clarissa versus Savannah Marshall 2 in talks. Hey, I'm y'all source. What pool would take step aside buddy? So if I what pool she's gonna take step aside buddy? Let's go. I heard about Savannah Marshall and Clarissa in talks. You know, especially with Savannah talking that trash, which she should be. But I didn't know how serious it is, so that's dope. Shout out to them. I know like my boy Tufo. I mean not Tufo. Sorry, it was Dub was saying Clarissa versus Shadeja Green. I know that was talking for a little bit too. That'd be good. But yeah, Savannah Marshall, Clarissa part 2. Hey, I'm for that for sure. I'm all for that. If Clarissa Shields win, I don't want to see a third one though. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, that's the thing though. It's like, oh, just rematches. If the rematch has the same winner as the first one, I don't want to see it.
Facts.
It better be a big ball. It better be able to win. I wouldn't want to see a third fight.
Exactly.
Fuck
For
no.
what? Exactly. We
Like
want
Bivol Canelo, I want to see that because it'd be a rematch, you know?
right.
No, I don't want to see it because I don't think Canelo's gonna beat Bivol.
Yeah, I don't think so either. That's all I'm like Cinnamon. I don't think he got. I think he should let that one go. But that's just my personal opinion. If he feels like it was the lack of meat that he was eating, you know, he was on that vegan diet, like he said with his wife, baby, you never know, man. You know, hey, I could eat something one day, feel good, the other day I'd be out of it. So that's one thing about boxing too. You know, it's one night only. So you could sometimes it does happen. You know, we don't want to hear about it. Of course, I don't. You know, I'm not giving Canelo no excuses because I like boxing. I don't want to take away from Bivol's accomplishment. However, it is a possibility. We're not dumb, right? So there is a possibility that you could not be feeling good one night, and that just happened to be the night that you have to fight. So
yeah,
you
I
know,
don't just that could
shit.
happen. Just keep it to yourself. I don't want to hear that.
Right, exactly.
You
Fighters,
just tell him, oh no, he's the best guy I ever fought, and this and that. Don't say,
exactly.
oh, I was sick or had bronchitis. Man, get the fuck out of here. Why'd you
Right.
take the fight then?
Right, exactly. So you gotta keep Virgil Ortiz. You gotta give credit, man. You gotta give credit where credit is due. Because even when you say that, it just takes away credit, you know, by default. Even if that's not your intentions, that's what it does. Did you watch Lester Martinez and Joshua James though?
Yeah,
Boy,
that was good. That was a good fight. I ain't gonna lie.
boy. Lester Martinez, man. What you think about him, man?
I think he's a hot prospect.
Come on now.
He's a hot prospect, man.
Is he from
And he's training Guatemala?
It is Guatemala. Okay, I couldn't remember if he was Argentine or Guatemalan. Okay, he's Guatemalan. Okay, bet. Thank you. I didn't want to say the wrong
Man,
thing.
they're Guatemalans, man. I'm telling you. They'll be like, what? I'll be like, what's your traditional food? Tamales. I'm like, man, fuck out of here.
You said tamales?
I'll be like, tacos. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. Nah, you're not doing too much, man.
Hey, man.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, man, I think Lester Martinez, whew, that was good, man.
He nice, bro. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie. I think he's still got a little polishing to do, especially
Yep.
on his defense.
Yep.
I think he still don't bring his hands up, or he don't bring him back. Like he just wants to trade sometimes.
Yep.
But if he can fix that, I think he's a full package prospect, honestly.
I agree. And he looks
And then he's training with Bomac.
yes, that part. I like that.
And he
like
takes
that.
his Cheeto puffs. Ooh, you know he's working with him.
That's a fact, bro. Yeah, I like that, man. Joshua James, he tried to shot to him. He was game, but man, I thought that was a good stoppage too by his corner.
Yes.
I thought that was a good stoppage.
He was taking too much punishment.
Yeah.
But no, he started off nice too. I mean, don't get me wrong, the first 2 rounds were competitive. I was like, oh, he might be in trouble.
Yep.
But then I don't know, the tide started turning. I was like, oh nah.
Yep.
He took.
Yep. My boy Kendrick says they trying to push him to fight Canelo. I think he should fight Berlanga. I mean, yeah, it could be. He's at 168, you know. So yeah, 154 from 154 to 175. Every time you win, they try to push you to fight Canelo. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I don't think that's smart either. I mean, it sounds good though. You got to say that, you know, get your name out there. You're a prospect, and that's what you should be doing. But nah.
I think the fight that they're gonna try to build, and check me on this next year or the year after next, is gonna be Marco Verde if he looks good against Lester Martinez.
Ooh.
They're both prospects. I mean, Lester Martinez has more career.
Yep.
Marco Verde is about to make his debut, but they're both nice.
Yep.
I think that'd be an interesting fight. Not this year, not next year, but the year after next. I think it'd be a mega fight.
I'm with Kendrick on Berlanga, man. I'm with him on that. I think
Berlanga.
I would like that. I would like I would just like to see Berlanga in there with real competition besides Canelo, bro. Because like I said, like Berlanga, I still think maybe it's wishful thinking, but I think he still has something, man. But it's just I need to see him against a guy that's good. Like I still haven't seen him against a good guy. He goes too low and they're not good, or and then when he wasn't low, he went to the freaking top. He went, you know what I'm saying? He went from not fighting anybody to fighting the best. I want to see him against a good guy. I still don't know how good he is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just know I can't trust him because I don't know how to gauge it. Like, he fought mediocre at best competition, and then he fought the best. He ain't fighting no in between. I want to see him against like a Lester Martinez, a Diego Pacheco, Christian, and Billy. Hell, Trevor McCumbee would do enough for me. Let me see him against somebody that I know is decent, and then I can really gauge, you know what I'm saying, his
That's the
potential.
thing.
I can't gauge him.
Decent.
Yeah, decent, bro. Just decent, bro.
He be fighting Mazkia, who looked like he had
You feel me?
C-section.
Come on. C-section is crazy. Exactly,
Bro,
bro.
that's what he looked like.
Bro,
He had a
C-section
mom
is
body. I was like,
crazy.
yo, what the fuck is this?
He said James was doing the stanky leg. Facts. Doing the stanky leg. What about Ted Farmer versus Payne 2? That's a good one, man. That's a good one, man. That's this weekend, ain't it? Ooh.
Yeah.
29th, I believe.
Michaela Mayer is this weekend too.
Yep, Michaela Mayer, Sandy Ryan. Yep. And that means that is there Shushu on the undercard? Yeah, Shushu. Xander too, right?
Norman.
Brian Norman. That's the
No,
other one. Not
Brian
Xander. Yeah, Brian Norman. Thank you. Brian Norman versus Derek Cuevas. Yeah. Thank you. I still have Zepeda, but I think it's gonna be good, man. I think Zepeda's work rate, man. But Farmer, if he could do better, which is just management. I think if you just do better with the ring generalship and controlling the pace, oh man, that could get real dangerous. It get real bad for Zepeda, but that's easier said than done.
He's got the accuracy and he's got the punch selection. He dropped them, but I don't want to say he's really got power because he don't got power. He's got accuracy, you know, that makes up for his lack of power.
Yeah.
I think, like you said, if he just sticks to control the pace, I think he's good for this fight. I think Farmer's gonna win, honestly. I think Farmer for the upset.
Oh yeah? Hey. He said I might miss that.
Like, you know me, on the rematches, I always go with the better fighter.
Yep, the better boxer. Yep, that's what you should. That's a smart way to go. History approved it that way.
Better fighter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying the better boxer per se, the better fighter, all round fighter.
All around?
I think Farmer's got it all day. Yeah, he's got the experience. He's got the like I said, he was never known for his punching power.
Right.
His punch selection was crisp though.
Right.
And the accuracy was insane.
Right.
And show with Zepeda, like every punch he landed, it was accurate.
Yep.
And it looked like it hurt Zepeda. I was like, hey, yo, what the hell?
Yep.
Who's this Farmer? I didn't see this Farmer against Mortala.
Yep. No, I agree with that.
And even Mortala, I think Farmer won. But it was a close fight.
Yeah. You can argue that he got robbed back to back. You can argue that for sure. I want to say robbed. But you can argue he could have won back to back. I want to say robbed. I think the Muratala one was more of a robbery than the Zepeda. I think Zepeda could have won either way.
The Zepeda, I think Zepeda won.
Yeah, me too. That's why, that's why I wouldn't say robbed back to back. But I would say I think robbed Murataya, but Zepeda I think could have went either way. I would have been comfortable whoever won that one. For sure, I'm gonna get on the bright line train for the. Hey, let's get right. He says, who's Shushu fight again? But I'm always traveling with Farmer. That is true. Yeah, you missed the last one, ain't it? I was gonna ask you, Oscar. Oh yeah, what'd you think about? I don't know if you were here. I think you came in after I was done discussing this part. I want to know what y'all think. Not just Oscar, but everybody. But Oscar's in the Discord right now. So I made this argument about Boots and Jai. Were you here?
No.
Okay. So I was asking a question because, as you know, as an avid watcher of boxing, Jai Pataya is seen as a guy that everybody's avoiding, right? Especially the champions, right? That's how he's seen. The other day he said that he would love to fight Bivol, if Bivol move up to cruiserweight. And it just got me to thinking. I was like, him and Boots have a lot of similarities, They're both young. They're both considered the best in their division. They're both champions. In fact, they're both IBF champions in particular. They both want unifications.
I don't know about that.
And they both say that. And then they both, in my opinion, are lacking. They both need better competition as far as who they fought already. Not who they can fight, but who they fought already as far as a resume, personnel goes, right? So why is the narrative with Boots that he's scared to move up to 154, even though he's having unification in his next fight with Stanionis, and he has opportunity to win the Ring magazine as well? But then the narrative with Jai Pataya is that everybody's avoiding him. What's the difference?
I think the background of it.
What do you mean by
The
that?
background of it. Because Boots was like, not Ham per se, but
Right.
they wanted the Bud Crawford fight.
Okay.
So by Ham not chasing him, it kind of seemed like he's scared to go up. I'm not saying, but that's what people seem
That's the
to
optics.
emphasis on it. The optics of it.
Okay.
But in reality, it was like, well, I'm like people were like, after Karen, he's gonna move up. No, they want he's defending his fucking title.
Right.
If he's gonna go up.
That's my point. Exactly. But you have to really watch boxing to know that. So yeah, I don't see.
And
the
then
difference,
like Jai Apataya, that's a special case for me because I don't hate the guy, but I don't like the guy either. I mean, not him per se, but like his fan base.
Yeah. His fan base is ridiculous. I like Jabataya, but like, he's like I said, he's like any other fighter who's good, but their fan base makes it hard to like him because they're assholes. It's ignorant, incompetent. It's Jabataya. CC's the same way. I love Caitlin Clark, but her fan base is goofy. Jabataya's fan base is goofy. And you can even say I like Tank, but Tank's fan base is goofy. So yeah, he's one of those that where his fans are so
stupid.
Yes, thank you. I was trying to choose a bit nicer word. I couldn't, bro. Yeah, they're so stupid that they make it hard to like him. It's like, bro, I'm sorry, you cannot believe that everybody's scared of this dude, bro. No disrespect to Jabataya. I think he's good. I like him, but he's saying what he's supposed to say. But come on, bro. Say again.
I think it was an Australian guy in the comments.
Oh yeah,
like,
you know it, bro.
Turtle ducking, mate.
Yeah, you know.
This and that, and he's been ducked and all this and that. I'm like, okay, then why hasn't he been chasing him?
Come on now.
If he's so brave. And then he was like, I was like, so how is Turtle ducking for fighting his mandatory? Who, if he don't fight, they're gonna take his belt away. And Jaya Pataya is a stay active fight when he's voluntarily taking a mandatory.
Oh, and what does it do? Number 14, ain't it? Okay, now.
Number 14.
Come on, bro.
Like, so how is he? And be like, he's actively being dug. CBS dug him. I'm like, that ain't sort of. As a matter of fact, he ain't even a champion no more. That was CBS. I thought he was a good fighter, but he's not even a champion no more.
Come on now. And that's the thing. Like, I got to keep the same. Like you said about consistency earlier. It's like, yeah. Remember when Boots was trying to get Norman? Boots was trying to get Stanionis. Boots was trying to get Barrios. They said the same thing. The pay wasn't there. So what is Ja Pataya doing that why he's not getting the fight? Because Zerto got the CBS fight. Zerto beat Arslan Goulamarian to get the title, the WBA. Then he got the fight with CBS for the WBO. So the story is that they were scared of Ja, but not scared of Zerto. I mean, if that makes you feel better, I'm sorry, I just don't believe that. I mean, now when Ja Pataya is fighting freaking
Naika.
David Naika, even though I give him a pass for that because Hussein Sakar was a mandatory, but even before that, he fought a 40-year-old Maris Bradis, Jordan Thompson. Now he's about to fight Claudio, what's his name, SKYE, and never fought out of Italy before. Zerto not beating Jai. That's not about beating him, Tay. It's about, even if he's not beating him, that's not the argument we're making. I mean, even though I think he does have a chance to beat him, but that's not the argument I'm making. I'm saying that why do we think that it's not an issue with the Ja Pataya camp? That's the question. Because people are mad at Zerto right now because he's fighting Dorticos. Dorticos is a mandatory. People are mad at Badu Jack for fighting Ryan Rozicki. Rozicki's a mandatory for the WBC. Junio Dorticos is a mandatory for the WBA. These are belts of which the other champions in cruiserweight division have. So why are we okay? Why do we understand when Jai has to fight his mandatory in Sin Cara for the IBF to satisfy his criteria to keep this belt, and then he fights Naika because Sin Cara is injured and he's still ranked number 10, so it sufficed. It worked. It functioned effectively as a mandatory, which is cool. But now he's fighting a voluntary in Claudio, which is cool too. But don't say that the guys that are fighting mandatories are somehow scared of the guy that's not fighting mandatories right now. He's just fighting a voluntary.
No, and if you want to keep it a bug, Jai and Eddie done said that they want to move up to heavyweight.
Come on now. And thank you. They said they moved to heavyweight, right?
They're just waiting for the right time. So what's the right time?
Oh, so okay, Oscar. So that goes back to my other question. And you brought up the stuff about, even though Boots didn't say 154, people were saying 154. Even though it's Chris Mannix that is being interviewed. So Eddie Hearn and them, they said that they'll go into heavyweight, even Jai Bataille. So why are we not saying that he's scared of heavyweight, but we're saying that Boots is scared of 154? Bro, they're the same exact fighter, bro. But one person gets, I'm not going to say it's all negative either for Boots. You know what I'm saying? It's not all negative. But a lot of people will say things like, oh, he's scared to move to 154. I can show you plenty of articles saying that, oh, Boots is scared to go to 154. But then no one's saying that Jai is scared to go to heavyweight. But they're in the same, bro. They both have one, yeah. They both have one belt. Or if you want to say Jai has a Ring magazine, but I'm talking about the sanctioned body belt. They both have the IBF belt. They're both considered the best. They both complain about lack of unifications. But Boots is getting the unification now. He's with Eddie Hearn. Jai's with Eddie Hearn. How come he's not getting unification? So there's something else going on, bro. I think it's just easy to say, oh, if you like Jai Bataille, it's easy to say, oh yeah, Jai Bataille is because they're scared. Bro, I'm sorry, bro. I'm not saying Zerto or Badu Jack is scared. I'm not going. Or CBS.
And like to Tate's point, I do think Jai has an upper hand on Zerto. I do think he's a better fighter.
I agree.
But you also have to take Zerto's approach to the fight, because like he's not gonna fight like all these other guys. I think Zerto has more ways to exploit Jai Bataille's weaknesses than Jai Bataille has to exploit Zerto. Now you can say he's gonna walk him down and all that, but what is Zerto known for? He's gonna play inside the pocket with you.
Right.
I just don't. I don't know. I just want to see the fight, honestly.
Right. Yeah, and I'm not
tired of hearing.
Yeah, me too. Exactly, me too. And I'm not saying that Jai is lying either. I think he does want to fight unifications, but I think that Zerto wants to fight him too. Like that's what I'm saying. Tay, is like the people that say that, and if you are saying this as well, can you show me a time? Can you tell me a time that Zerto could have fought Jai and he didn't? I can't think of it.
And if you say after CBS, I'm gonna tell you, Zerto was at a restaurant right after the fight. I think it was the day after, where he said he's gonna do them his mandatories, and now he's gonna get stripped.
And you know,
so I think the guy that does say that he's gonna fight his mandatories, ducking another champion who has to face his mandatories.
That's what I don't get. It's like people like, you know about mandatories for a fighter that you like, but all of a sudden you're oblivious to the same mandatories for a fighter that you don't like. Like I don't get it. Like I do think Jai has a slight upper hand too, but you know, hey, I like the way Zerto fought CBS, you know, and David Naika, he was a little green, you know what I'm saying, a little rough around the edges, and he clocked he's about to
put him out.
Come on now, he clocked him a couple good times now, like once or twice. Now I'm not saying you can't get hit, because Zerto gets hit too, but Zerto got a volume of punches that Jai never seen before.
Mm-hmm. And CBS champion.
Come on.
Zerto was about to go out the first round.
Come on now.
David Naika wasn't champion, number 10 ranked.
Ranked number 10. Ranked number 10 with 10 fights, if I'm not mistaken. I think he had like 9 or 10 fights.
I think it was 9.
Yeah. Benavidez is supposed to be the monster, though. He said Benavidez could beat Jai. Oh, I don't know if he beats Jai. No, I mean, that's cruiserweight. I got to give Jai the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? Now, if he goes up there and he has like a fight or two, and I can see how he handles cruiserweight, but I think that's disrespectful to say anybody at the lower weight division beat the champion in the higher weight division unless I see something without showing me something. Like he's at light heavyweight right now, so, and he just got there 2 fights ago. So no, I can't say that, but I like Benavidez too, though. If he goes up there, and I like that fight. I mean, he's saying that he can handle Zerto, so Zerto's at cruiserweight right now, so maybe he can handle Jai, but I'm putting Jai by KO. Hey, I'm not mad at that. I might take that bet with you two. We may have to make a friendly bet, because I'm feeling right now. Maybe because I'm annoyed by the fans. But I love him though. Shout out to Jai Bataille and shout out to his fans, because hey, every time I make a Jai Bataille video, boy, that thing be going good for me. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my Australian brother sister. But I'm not biased like that, bro. I don't care. If you agree with me, cool. If you don't agree with me, that's cool too. You know what I'm saying? So I just tell you what I feel. I feel like it's a good fight, and I want to see them fight. But I don't think by any means that, oh, Zerto was scared. I don't think Badu Jack, all 42 years old of him, I don't think he's scared either. Like those are hell of a, like if they were fighting, like if Zerto was, like Oscar said, if Zerto was fighting, I don't know, a guy that wasn't his mandatory, or a guy that's like, hell, if he was fighting Claudio Squayo, then I get what you're saying, but that's not going on. So, hey, give me a second. Give me a second. I'll be right back.
Let's see what y'all saying. Benavidez gonna stop him. Not going. Sorry. Sort of another beating guy. How do you know?
All right, I'm back. I'm about to get off soon because I got some family coming over.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man. So yeah, I just think that just give fighters the same courtesy that we give the other ones. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I agree. I think that I think the smart money will be on Jai. But just like I think the smart money would be on Boots, but I think Stanionis got a shot. I think Zerto got a shot. But I will say this though, I wouldn't put money on Stanionis. I would put money on Zerto.
Yeah, fast fact. I would put money on Serto.
Yeah,
I wouldn't put money.
Yeah.
I think Stanionis. I think he's good. Don't get me wrong. I think he's like Bud whenever he first got into welterweight, fighting for them titles where like they're not known, but they definitely can crack and they definitely know how to fight.
Right.
They definitely know how to make a fighter very skillful look average.
Right. Agreed.
And that has happened to everybody. All the greats, that has happened to everybody. There's always those fighters that nobody knows, but they give you the toughest fights, and they make you look average. Man, just look at Boots and Karen.
Hey, talk to him. No one's gonna fight him. Sandor Martin. No one's gonna fight Karen. Sandor Martin. No one's gonna fight who else? Terrell Goucher, who just got robbed. No one's gonna fight these guys, bro.
Who was it? Morrell? Nobody's gonna fight Morrell.
Dave, especially not Dave Benavidez. For what? I would love to see that rematch, but for what? He got washed according to the judges. That's a business decision. Yeah, that's a business decision for Dave Benavidez. He has no reason to fight him again. Because they said my boy got washed. So, which I thought was a good fight. That was a very good fight. I'm not mad at Benavidez winning. Like I said, I like both of them anyway. But I didn't think it was a wash. That was crazy. Benavidez gonna stop Jai? Hey, maybe.
I'm not going, bro. I'm not going. Yeah. Tell me one good argument. Tell me one good argument about it.
Yeah, I don't know about that one either, but hey.
You know why? Because I know the argument. Benavidez comes in heavy on his fights. That doesn't mean he's fought the same level opposition.
Right.
Let alone that heavy opposition.
Yep.
I'm tired about that argument, bro.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
Whether it be Bud, whether it be Canelo. Oh, they walk around at 175 so they can fight. No,
right.
They can, bro.
Exactly.
They're fucking out of shape.
Right.
They got soggy bodies.
Soggy bodies.
They probably got fat under their titties, bro. No.
Right. Like you said, like people don't realize that being big for 168, coming in big for 168, hey man, it don't hit the same, man. You know, you might not be able to do the stuff that you want to do. You know, you're not gonna be that much bigger than the guys at 175, especially when we talk about cruiserweight. These guys are big and they're athletic because this is what they function at. You know, so it's not like, oh, you're just bigger and you're just gonna overwhelm them and walk Boo Boo Andre down. Okay, you might do that, but you're not gonna do that to Ja Pataya. You might. I'm not saying you won't beat him, but you're not doing that to Ja Pataya. You're not doing that to Zerto. You're not doing that to these guys that are, you know.
You want me to tell you who knocks out Benavidez? Like out cold?
Who?
Jack one smack Massey.
That's crazy. Not the one smack.
Yeah. I think he puts him out cold.
Not the one smack. Shout out to Jack one smack Massey, man. He said, yo, what's good? What's good, Oster? Big member in the building.
Oh yeah, Austin was going crazy on last weekend, bro.
Oh yeah.
I think it was Thursday when I was traveling to Mexico. It was like
He was cooking.
he wants to get rid of he wants to get rid of the intermediate.
Oh yeah. We needed you in the chat for that one. Where Oster was wild.
I was like, bro, you want Jaya Patai starting to get cooked? Damn.
Shout out to Oster. Hey, I like that he stood 10 toes down on that one too. I disagree emphatically, but hey, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at the logic, bro. Hey, I'm not mad.
I think it's gonna force fighters to fight at their more natural weight, but you still got them fighters like a Karen.
You know what it's gonna do?
Like Tank, like them guys that are like they're too big for the weight below.
Yeah.
But they're undersized for the way above, you know.
All right. You said it's gonna you said that fight at their natural weight. It's gonna force fighters to commentate. That's what it's gonna do. We gonna get a lot more commentators. I'll tell you that.
I don't know. They're going to soccer. They're going to
facts.
All the Eastern Europeans. They're going to soccer.
I'm telling you.
AJ might start going with TT or Terry and Reed.
I'm telling you, bro. He said Benavidez not gonna rematch Burrell even down the line. Yeah. I mean, but yeah, Pilar, it doesn't matter. I mean, not that it doesn't matter. He doesn't have to. Exactly. He doesn't need to, right? Because he watched him. Bro, do you remember the scorecard? I remember it like it was yesterday. Benavidez, according to the judges, he watched Burrell. He beat him more convincingly than Fulton beat Brandon Figueroa. That's insane. The scorecards were wider for Benavidez versus Burrell than it was for Fulton versus Figueroa. And if you remember those fights, think about what I just said. That's crazy, bro. That's actually insane. You could argue Fulton didn't lose a round. And somehow Benavidez, according to the judges, beat Morrell more convincingly than Fulton beat Figueroa. That's insane. Like, why would you fight somebody like that? Why? So I'm not knocking Benavidez for not fighting him. I mean, boxing is a business too. You're just gonna do something, just do it. Now, if Morrell gets himself in a position, which will be very difficult, not impossible, but very difficult, and I think he's capable. He's a good fighter. If he gets himself in a position where he has like multiple belts, then I'm sure Benavidez will fight him again. So I'm not trying to insinuate or imply that Benavidez is scared of him. There's no point in taking that risk. The risk does not match the reward. Josh should fight the WBC champ. Nobody even talks about that guy. No. He like I said, Cool Breeze. That's Badu Jack. He's fighting his mandatory. That's on the Canelo card, correct? Yeah. So he's fighting Ryan Rozicki. Ryan Rozicki's his mandatory. So Jai can't. In Jai's defense, like I said, I'm not blaming Jai because right now the people are locked up. But I'm blaming the other champions are locked up fighting their mandatories right now. But I am blaming the fans for thinking like, oh, well, they could fight him if he wanted to. They could get out. Like somebody came to my chat and said, oh, he could get out of it if he wanted to. Oh yeah, that he can. Okay, just like Jai Patai could have got out of his, right? Oh, okay. So you understood when Jai Patai had to fight his mandatory in his last fight, but you don't understand when the other fighters have to fight their mandatories because they could get out of it. Even when I could show you, that's why I wanted him to bet me. That's why I made $100 bet with him. He didn't accept it because he's just talking out his side of his neck. I could show you an article where, according to Jai Patai's trainer and Eddie Hearn, they could not have avoided. Sorry, not Eddie Hearn. That's Jai Patai's promoter. According to Zerto's trainer and Golden Boy, they could not get out of not fighting Dorticos. They had to fight Dorticos because Dorticos, and this is what I was gonna bust his head with the guy was talking crazy. Dorticos was already skipped over. And if you know, same thing that MJ Ahmadaliev is going through with Naya Inoue, once you're already skipped over, the sanctioned body won't even allow you to skip over them anymore. Which is the position that, why you think Naya Inoue suddenly wants to fight MJ Ahmadaliev? You think he just had a change of heart? No, it's because the WBA said we're going to strip you if you don't finally fight him because we ordered it twice. So Dorticos was already skipped before. But that dummy didn't know that. Of course he didn't know because he don't really watch boxing. He just watched Jai Patai's left and right nutsack. That's all he watches. He don't watch boxing for real. Yeah, pause, my bad. That's all he watches though.
No, did he?
He don't really watch boxing, bro. You can't just give everybody step aside money. That don't work like that, bro. It's not just like, oh yeah, oh Oscar, I don't want to fight you, bro. Let me holler at you real quick. Let's make this side deal. No, bro, it goes to a sanctioned body, bro. Everybody has to be in agreement and whatever it is. I'm not saying that they don't make exceptions. Of course they do. You know, that sometimes they have rules in boxing just to break them, it seems like, and bend them. But you can't just do whatever you want to do just because you and another fighter agree. There's an order to things. There's a protocol to things. Yo, Omari in the building. What's good, brethren? Big member in the building. You know, people don't want to hear. They don't want to hear facts. They just want to hear what. They just want to hear somebody regurgitate what they already believe, and that's okay. You know.
Nah, that's whack.
Yeah, it's kind of whack. Yes, sir, man. Yo, Omari said, "Am I late?" Nah, you're not late. You right on time. Right on time for me to end this piece. Don't forget to don't forget to smack that like button for your boy though.
I was about Amari pulling up. I was about to ask you a few related questions. It always happens. Like I say, yo, Kawasaki, Iron, he pulls up. I was
That's a
about to say,
fact.
Shoo.
What's good?
Omari pulls up.
Yeah, true.
I was gonna ask you. You think if he's got another bad performance, is that gonna? What do you think that does for him?
You know what's crazy though, and it's gonna sound kind of wild.
I think.
I don't think it.
Without.
Oh, I don't think a bad performance does anything to him now. I just feel like he's just gonna get whooped. Like I think people just want to see him get a title shot. That it doesn't even matter what he looks. As long as he doesn't lose, I don't even think it matters anymore. I feel like Shushu's in a odd position where like somebody like me and you won't have confidence in him, but I think now it's just like it's gonna be acceptable until he loses. Like,
Because he's a very popular guy.
Because of popularity, right?
I
I agree. Yeah, because of popularity.
He's very popular. He's very charismatic.
Yep.
He does have the original titles to back up.
Yep.
But brother, like your opposition is
Trash.
medium at best.
Yeah.
Medium at best. And that's just one.
Yeah.
Sagwasi. And I think he lost that fight, honestly.
Oh yeah.
That's
Suleiman Sagawa. Yep.
Sagawa, yeah, Sagawa, and then what's the other guy's name?
Dana Coolwell.
Coolwell.
The
I
Australian.
think he outperformed him, but at the same time, it's like you're supposed to put him out.
Yep.
And the Sagawa is just like he was fighting off his back foot. He was landing clean punches. But man, he wasn't doing anything else from that, honestly.
Yeah.
He could put him out. He just didn't. He chose not to.
Yep.
And you remember that fight? It was like, this is your comeback fight.
Yep.
You're supposed to perform.
Yep.
And he looked the same or worse than the Sagawa fight.
Absolutely. And it's like, you know, yo, what's good, Roshi fan club? What's good, bro? Salutations. Big salute. The thing about that is that, you know, he's on top rank and he's getting that top rank Edgar Berlanga diet. You know, it's like he looked good against Bernardo Torres. He looked good against De Gracia, but those are guys. Now it's starting to look like, okay, those guys are tailor made for you. And like I said, I'm hoping he does good, but I just think that the only champion I think he can be is Nick Ball, and even Nick Ball I think roughs him up. So
yeah.
So I definitely don't think he beats.
I ain't gonna lie though, if Doheny give him a fight, I think Shushu can give him a fight. It's just his inactivity though. Like, remember the Sagawa fight? No, there was two fights going on at once on that one. But I was watching the Shushu one, and it was like he didn't wake up till like the 6th round.
Yep.
And then he won every single round after that. Hell no, he didn't.
Yeah. I'm rooting for him.
Like, he wouldn't throw a single punch till the last minute.
Yep.
Like, yo, what you doing?
Yep. I'm rooting for the man, but I don't know, man. He said is Enrique Vivas decent? Yeah, I think he's decent. I think this would be a good win. If he's good, I think if he looks good, this is a good win. I know he's been in the ring.
Yeah.
I remember him for his losses, really. I know he lost to Joet Gonzalez. Remember that guy that Shakur fought? And then who's the other? What's the name? Baez. I know he lost to him by decision. Eduardo Baez. Eduardo Baez fought on Pro Box before, and I can't remember his other. I think he has 3 losses. I can't remember his other loss, but yeah, he's a decent fighter, Roshi. And I think if you look good against him, that's good. But he has to look good. He has to look good, right?
When's the last time he looked good?
Right, that
against
part.
Mediocre opposition.
Right.
It's the same, like you said, it's the same thing as Berlanga. The first time he stood up, it's like he looked. Not only did his KO streak run out,
yep,
he looked decent at best. He didn't
Yep.
look good. He looked
Yep.
decent.
Yep. He said Shushu would win six round kill. Hey, let's see, Omari. I hope you're right. He said Oster says like Madrimov is a fail. Try to push him up with real time. Now you don't hear nothing about him. As low as you think Madrimov. Nah, I'm not with you on that one. I don't think Israel Madrimov's a fail, man. I gotta see. I'm giving him one more, man. One more.
Like it depends. Like a film, like what?
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
Like a
yeah. Add further clarity on that. Provide further clarity on your what you mean by fail.
Because his losses aren't bad. It's just one
Yeah,
thing.
they're not.
Brother T, who demonstrated a lot on that fight, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is to Bud Crawford. So
Right.
is Bud Crawford and Brother Ortiz trash?
Right.
Or like what are you trying to say? Like Phil, that's what?
Yeah, I need a little bit further elaboration, Oster. I think Israel Madrimov. I'm still interested. Like if him and Jesus Ramos were fighting, I'm happy. Him and Boachuk, I'm happy. I think those are good fights. Who else? Him and Erickson Hammer Lubin. Who else is their contender level guys at 154? So I think Tim Tszyu. I think he smacks Tim Tszyu. But hey, I'm still interested. I'm still interested in Tim Tszyu. And look how he got slaughtered. So maybe I give him a little bit too much chances. That's a possibility. But I'm interested in seeing them. Like I don't think it's over.
But that's also the beauty of 154.
Yes, sir.
It's not like he lost to Tellis and then turn around and lost to Sander. You know what I mean?
Right.
Those are two contenders. The other two are like, I ain't gonna lie, anybody from the top 5 can be champion easily. Can they retain the title? That's something completely different.
Right. He said, I thought Madrimov won. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I watched that stuff with Oscar. And he was like, oh, how he whooped Madrimov and made him look regular. I said, no, that was a good fight. No, get me wrong. That was a good win for Ortiz, but that was a good fight. It wasn't no slaughter. Could have went either way. I don't think that was.
Yeah, that fight came down to how you look at boxing. You know, how you judge the fight.
Right. Yeah, I don't.
Because if you like more, like I had Madrimov winning. I ain't gonna lie, and I rewatched the fight. I still got Madrimov winning because I take into account his boxing style.
Mm-hmm.
And the Virgil Ortiz, don't get me wrong, bro. Ortiz did his thing.
Yeah, Virgil Ortiz did his thing for sure. I don't remember. Let me see what my scorecard was. He said, I'm not trolling. I scored it live for Madrimov. When Eddie was pushing Crawford, remember all that greatness 0 and 2 coming? Yep. I remember that. But that's Eddie. Eddie going to put on for his man. And I don't think he was too out of bounds. And like I said, I still think Madrimov is good. So maybe I'm tripping on that, but I'm trying. Let me see what I had it. When was that fight? Zayas versus Spomer, Boatsy Smith. Okay, so on that card because that was February 22nd card. I scored it. Oh damn! I scored it 115. I forgot. I scored it for Madrimov too. I scored it 7 rounds to 5, 115, 113 for Madrimov. But I had 2 swing rounds. So if one swing round I gave to Madrimov in round 5, the other swing round I gave to Ortiz in round 11. Yeah, I scored it 115, 113, 7 rounds to 5, favor Madrimov. But y'all, I'm finna go ahead and slide, man. I think my people are just see my phone. I think they're about to come in town, so.
All right, man.
Yeah.
All good.
I appreciate it, bro. I think I'm gonna be live for the morning show. Depends if I have some other family coming through. I'm not sure when they're coming, but I don't know about the late show. I'm gonna try to be on the morning show, but yeah, unfortunately, I don't want to commit to any shows right now. But I'm still trying to be.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah,
it's all good, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate it, bro. I just got family and stuff.
May God rest your grandma's soul.
I appreciate it, brother. Yours as well.
You know, like I said in the chat, bro, it's just you gotta keep your head up.
Mm-hmm.
Smile.
Amen.
To celebrate and commemorate their lives, you know what I mean?
Amen. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Like I always think like that is very selfish, you know. Like us as humans, we're very selfish. Yeah. Like we're sad because we won't see them again. But at the end of the day, it's time for them to rest. They already lived their life. Now we just gotta learn how to let go and say goodbye.
Amen.
You know what I mean?
Amen. I appreciate that, bro. Yes, sir. Great words right there. Yes, sir, man. I appreciate you coming through, man. I'm gonna catch you on the flip side. Hopefully tomorrow. Good Lord willing. Yes, sir. God bless.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Ski. Oh man, he said, okay, bet, saved. Hey man, appreciate that, Oster. Thank you, bro. Shout out to everybody for the well wishes and the support and the condolences. Yes, sir, man. But you know the biggest thing that I'm dealing with, everything Oscar said, I agree. You know what I'm saying? You celebrate the life. 96 years old. That's a long time. You're never ready for anybody to go, and that's for God to decide. But when you think about stuff like that, it makes it a little easier. It's like, man, that's a lot of years. And just gotta cherish the moments. Like everything Oscar said, I can't say it any better. So everything Oscar said, and shout out to Oscar because he just lost his grandma too. He lost his grandma. I lost my grandma this morning. Oscar lost his grandma like 3 days ago, so it's crazy. But yeah, yeah, man, it's all good. Thank you all for the support and everything, man. We did a 10 count. Rest in peace to everybody that lost their loved ones, and rest in peace to everybody that lost their lives but gained another one. And yeah, our condolences to everybody who had who lost some loved ones as well. But yes, sir. Keep high spirits, but always, I appreciate it, man. Always, man. It's a celebration. He said, bye, Felicia. I'm sleeping. Yes, sir, man. I appreciate y'all coming through, man. Virgil faces like he got hit by a train after the Madrimov fight. So, yes. Yeah, exactly, Peel Out. Like, I don't know. Like I said, no one's mad that Virgil Ortiz won, I don't think. But it was a close fight. People had like it was a slaughter either way. No, it was a close fight. Could have went either way, man. I'm not mad at Ortiz winning. I had Madrimov winning. Like, some of these fights are very close, bro. These fights, people that like fights have a definitive winner all the time. Like, some of them are questionable. I do think that we overuse the term robbery though. But yeah, man, I thought that was a very good fight. Could have went either way. But shout out to Virgil Ortiz. Ain't nobody taking anything away from Virgil Ortiz. In fact, I'm giving him a compliment, saying, it was a close fight, and he pulled it off. He said, my condolences. I appreciate that, Cool Breeze. Keep high spirits. Appreciate that, Dooley. I'll try to be early next time. Nah, you good, Omari, man. I appreciate you coming through, man. You right on time, bro. You get here when you get here, man. Holla, man. Spend time with the fam. Appreciate it, Kendrick. Big salute. I have no grandparents anymore. Last one went this year. Oh, man. It was my grandma who raised me in Africa, man. Shout out to you, Dooley. Till I came here at 7. Blessed to my amen, man. Shout out to all the good parents and grandparents and everybody in between. And the good grandchildren and children as well, man. Hey, salute to your grandma as well. And your all your grandparents, Dooley. I only had the pleasure of meeting my grandparents on my mom's side. I didn't meet my grandparents on my father's side, so but rest in peace to them as well. But yeah, I'll be back on tomorrow, good Lord willing. I should be. You know what I'm saying? No guarantee. But don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that bell, turn on notifications as well. And go check out the YouTube videos we dropped, man. I dropped a video yesterday. Go smack that like button for your boy. Smack your like button on this one. But most importantly, remember, with God, we can do anything. Without God, we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace. And shout out to my boy Take Them Dad for the gifted membership. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, sir, Ski.
From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.